Hello and welcome back. We're here for a bad time, not a long time, and we have just done the update for patch 1.2.1, and so we're expecting to see a lot of things different. You notice up in the upper right, we have the changes to the construction queue, the most important of which to me is the return of the great big button that we can click. So I'm pretty happy about this. Hopefully, my understanding is this would take a lot of resources, having this many icons in the queue, but now they have a cap on the amount of icons in the queue, so hopefully this doesn't negatively affect performance. There's also a couple other changes that I've immediately noticed in patch 1.2.1. That's a bit of a mouthful. You can now reset production methods, so you could use this to set it to your most common one. This button was teased. I wasn't able to find it before, and now it is present. And also, if we take a look, something that's really big in terms of changes is if we take a look at the Intelligentsia and we take a look at Liberal no longer naturally supports multiculturalism. In fact, they oppose multiculturalism, which is a big change. Multiculturalism is a really good law. Now it is very hard to pass. It seems to be the case that you're going to need to do it through getting radical, the radical IG. But yeah, we also have discovered since we've been playing this that, what is it? Council Republic's pretty bad. It's pretty booty. So we're not going to go Council Republic. That was the plan before. Now I think we're just going to stay on this interventionalism. Hopefully the save isn't bricked, because the save we started in patch 1.2 and we are now in patch 1.2.1. And we have a little bit of a war that we've already declared for Aish. That seems fine. And we have an uprising in Heroland. I think we've already assigned probably to this front. I think we could just take it on pause and start chilling and vibing and going as now the lobster turned whale, Mexico, except it's more like a narwhal. The goal for this run is to finish getting the land off of Canada in order to get the Manifest Mexico achievement. We are very close to getting this achievement at this point, although we will probably play for a little while afterwards. We need to start as Mexico, own the Pacific Coast, the Great Plains, and have a higher great power rank than the USA. We've annexed the USA, and so this seems to satisfy it, and we currently need to get all of Oklahoma, Washington, Idaho, and Oregon. So I guess we will need to annex the Indian Territory after all. I didn't read through all of that. There will be a Trail of Tears. Sorry, I was going to keep it there. Just give them a reservation, but big sag. We are losing quite a bit of money here as well. I'm always curious. I'm glad that now I can see what's being constructed by the private construction queue. This has always kind of fascinated me a little bit. Let's see if we can do this and put in a new consumption tax on fine art. I've never seen the fine art one pay out that much, but okay. And we subjugate Ish, and then we have Mexico versus, okay, Italy. Make peace. Do we have any war goals on Italy? They want to conquer Siak. And we have war reparations, Dutch war reparations, and liberate the Dutch East Indies on this war. I don't know if we can land these guys, these boyos. So I think what we will be doing is just capitulate, or proposing a white peace here, just to get out of this and get ourselves an ability. I don't think we can annex because we do currently have a play. Kind of think this is silly. The native uprisings brick your ability to expand, but whatever. We will, of course, move the guys who are already mobilized over to this front, since we want to use them anyways. I'm trying to go for proportional taxation, which does seem to be pretty good. I think that we stayed on per capita a little bit too long here, and we would like to go graduated or proportional. Graduated also seems to have gotten a bit of a rebalance this patch, or it just gives you a lot more money. We're colonizing here in Idaho. So it's really just these two states that we need to get off of Canada. When is our truce up with these boyos? It's up in December, so next year, so pretty soon here. So that is going to be nice. Get a bit of an uprising going. We'll declare neutrality here. I don't think we, well, actually, I don't think we're actually anywhere near powerful enough to go after them, actually. Let's just not do this. We're nowhere near powerful enough. Yeah, really keen on getting a new tax method, because this is going to pay a whole bunch more to us. The current tax method is not very good. Crusade for change. Ugh. We'll take the enactment chance. Now 50% enactment chance, that is a big deal. It looks like our auto queue is building a lot of engines. So I think that it's interesting to think about the strategy that's going to be, you know, used for constructing alongside an auto queue. And I've been trying to think of this for a little while. I probably should have done the other one. I think the bigger migration attraction would have been better. But I think that what you want to do is mainly focus on stuff to make construction cheaper. And then let the auto queue expand your economy for the most part. With a couple, we get graduated taxation, so now we're expecting big changes here. And this is going to allow us to expand construction quite a lot. One thing I think that the private construction queue, I think, should have to pay for the employment of your people. But, it is what it is. But as I was saying, I think that, generally speaking, what you want your strategy to be in the government construction is working on specifically getting things up and high on economies of scale. And then, so like if a building has been auto-queued up to like level 20 or something like this, you take it the rest of the way to 51 in order to get benefit of economies of scale for all the previous buildings. And I think the other thing that you want to do is you want to be trying to build as much up as possible all the inputs you have for the construction goods themselves. So this is going to mean, you know, going up on steel, glass, tools, etc. So here we have a really expensive steel, so I think expanding steel makes a lot of sense. We also have a lot of things in the auto queue, and this combined, both having the private construction and a robust auto queue, I think is going to make it from a gameplay perspective so you don't have to manage stuff a lot. We get the Anarchist Society winning our election, so let's reform the government here and just kind of put them in. And then, let's see if we want to do anything different. Universal suffrage would be okay. We're not going to go Council Republic. We were planning on it before, but we've discovered it is very booty. So who supports multiculturalism? You'll see that multiculturalism is only supported by individuals with certain ideologies. So we see the rural folks and the Intelligentsia. I think it's because they're both anarchists. So this is going to be interesting to see, you know, how you want to get that stuff up to begin with. Private schools, private health insurance, kind of okay with that. They are not better than public until you get like up in the 20s or the low 20s. I think it's a different equilibrium for each one, but currently not better. Standard living is looking pretty nice. We are starting to... At the start of the run, it was bugged, the construction, it seems, and now we're fixing it. So this is an example. We're trying to 51 this building already. We're just going to keep on pause. I think we can expand construction a huge amount, though. Let's focus mainly... the AI also in the auto queue won't be sensitive to the fact that you have incorporated and unincorporated territories. You know, in fact, they might even prefer unincorporated territories for construction. And this is... You know, it seems that the main thing that the AI will care about is labor, and they don't care about, like, anything else, or the price of labor, because this is the primary input for, like, just the capitalist deciding to build the building, and so, like, if a place doesn't have a lot of employment, it will do really well in that regard. For Kansas, I think we... So we could set this on auto-expand. Why don't we do that? Let's go to Nebraska, set this on auto-expand. It already is on auto-expand. We just gotta run out. Also, huge buff to, like, you know, the Great Plains regions, also the Dixie region. Texas got hugely buffed with the huge arable land increase. And, you know, it makes all of the New World countries much, much, much better than they were previously. I think we can decrease taxes here. Let's just take a look at our government. Now we are this level of legitimate. I guess we will want to annex Oklahoma next. We'll actually take a look at our infamy. We could do something that's a bit naughty in terms of the infamy war. Go for a high infamy war. This way it's going to... What's this about? Weird front split here. Let's... It is bugged, so we have to reestablish colonies, I think, still. We see some auto queue going, like for example this Glassworks, this is not us. We'd just as soon have them not build that. Don't really want to build a bunch of, you know, manufacturing in unincorporated territories, but the AI is going to be about that life. We enforce on hero. Now, do we have to establish colony? Nope, we don't. So that was one thing in the changes from 1.1.2 that was reported, was that you would not have to do that anymore. We are gaining a little bit here. Keen on perhaps dropping the taxes even more. But maybe don't need to worry about this. Let's take a look at the investment pool. Did this come up when we passed graduated taxation? Graduated taxation in general just seems a lot better than it used to. It's also a progressive tax system. Everyone wants property of women. Nobody wants the gals to work. Alright, so looks like we gotta think of a war we want here. Now we can declare a big war. Well, we're actually, I think we're close to being able to declare a war here. We're 1 year away, so we want to be able to decay quite a bit whatever we do. Let's take a look at our bankrolls and see if we can protectorate anyone, because that does take up a decent amount. They're not quite. Them not quite, because they're defending the borders. And them not quite. Okay, fair enough. I think these are both of our... Yeah, they're both ours. We could annex them. We could also maybe... trying to think of what a good war is here. That's a small amount of infamy. Trucal States... well, no, Trucal States is a British subject. They start out as a British subject. What's Tripoli's situation? Tripolitania is kind of alone. A lot of oil appears there later. Why don't we just kind of, you know, do the chill one? Or not... I guess we have 0 chill when we do this, but, the one that makes sense in terms of the objective for the run, which is trying to get Manifest Mexico achievement, because we are very, very close to getting it. Although this will leave us with a point in time where we're not decaying on the infamy. Let's put these all down. And then switch over to monitor. We're not going to need the boats against them anyways. Now, let's see, we finished monitor. I'm kind of tempted to go electric railways here. It's a very strong PM. Let's do it. Especially when you get the Metropolitan Railroad event. Shallow draft. Probably going to take the trade center throughput. Always curious to... I'm very fascinated by the public queue, and so far ours hasn't gotten bricked, so maybe we'll start new runs on this. I just don't want it to get bricked if we're going for an achievement. And so maybe if the run is not an achievement run, we won't use this construction queue, and if it is, we will. Because it has been buggy, of course, with the 1.2 situation. Somewhat expecting them to back down here, but we'll see how things go. We will be at 0 infamy by the time we get the war with Canada for the last 2 bits of the Manifest Mexico, Washington, and Oregon here. And I think that we've just finished colonizing Idaho. So let's take a look in here. I think we wanted to incorporate Idaho. Don't have enough of that. So why don't we... We're going to check if we have any place that doesn't have enough. Expiring obligations with who? We'll just absolve it then, I guess, if it's expiring anyways. Weird. I feel like they shouldn't be able to expire when you're bankrolling. But we are going to build up here more for the economies of scale, since no place has insufficient tax capacity. This way, notice how we're getting plus 25% throughput from economies of scale. A huge portion of the cost is actually in the wages, not in the cost of the paper itself, so we can get a lot more of this administration of the bureaucracy for cheaper if we just build tall in the capital. So this is generally something you want to do. I think we have a bunch of motor industries in here. We want to think about trying to make construction goods cheaper. So why don't we... I think we did quite a bit of steel. Why don't we take a look at the steel we currently have, where we have it, and we want to start 51ing it elsewhere. So we see that it's level 5 in here and level 5 in Nebraska. So let's take a quick look in Nebraska. We don't have this on auto expand, but what we're going to do is we're going to click it up to auto expand, and we're going to look to expand in Nebraska specifically. Some of these, and you'll probably need a railroad, at least one. And then let's take a look about making coal cheaper, because we saw coal was expensive. We're going to take a look at labor and just sort by this and just add a smattering. Actually, why don't we add more than a smattering? And that'll help out to make the construction. It'll make the steel more efficient, which will make our construction costs overall much cheaper as the steel becomes more profitable. And so, and then most of our economic stuff, the private queue will be handling. If we take a look at this, so for example, the motor, like whatever's profitable is what they build. And so I think that this, this changes kind of like the way you need to think about playing a little bit, because them especially just building railroads wherever is like kind of wild. I'm not sure, I have mixed feelings about it, because if you play super min-maxy, like you don't want to make factories in unincorporated territories, and the AI will make factories in unincorporated territories, and then you tear your hair out. But this is much more realistic. I wish there was just, there was in like the laws section, there was like regulations you could pass about what could be built where and like these types of things. And that this would give you a little bit more of a overarching control over, you know, what you could do, but without getting too in there. Let's see. We are losing a little bit of money now, but this is fine. We are quite strong at this point. We actually probably are going to decrease... Well, if we were making a lot more money, we would decrease taxes so that we would not be contested. But as things stand, I think we'll sit where we're at. Northern Cape has been finished colonizing. Let's take a look and make sure we are colonizing everywhere we are. They also, from what I understand, did change... Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't know what that's about, but we're just going to enforce on them. I didn't even realize that France had joined. I guess we'll just cause some devastation, and they'll cause some devastation on us or something. I don't know how I feel about the noise on the new things. I think it's a little bit annoying, but now whenever we get a new thing, a noise pops up, or a notification in the bottom right, or whatever it's called. I think it's not called a notification. And so here we have a bunch of furniture manufacturers. I think what we are going to do is we are going to kind of go and sweep through and try and make stuff, kick things up to 51. So for example, Oaxaca is going at 23. We will kick this up, and we will specifically focus a lot on, yeah, we got that over here with the tools as well. And the reason why it's 51 is because that's when you get the max economies of scale throughput bonus. If we take a look here, we are getting 50 from economies of scale and a bunch from other stuff. So for every one of these buildings, it actually consumes 190% of the inputs and has 190% of the outputs, which makes all the labor in the building very, very, very efficient. And this is going to make the building more profitable and allow it to pay a higher wage, much higher wage. This economies of scale has increasing marginal returns. So the first one you build is going to get, you're going to get 1% from on the building you built and the building you built previously. So when you build the second level building, And so it's the second building is 101 or 102% of a building rather, right? The 1% on the building and the 1% on the previous buildings, which is only one building. When you build the 51st building, it's like 200% of a building, because it's 50 extra percent from the economies of scale bonus on the building you built, an additional 1% on all the previous 50 buildings you built before it. After that, it's 1.5 buildings per building. Oh my god, can I turn this off? Game, please. Oh my god. I just want to take the notification noises off. Please. Let me do it. If anyone in chat knows how to do this, please let me know. I do not want to go digging around through the interface right now, just for that. But we are going to enforce very shortly on the American territory, and then the war just ends because we don't have any war goals on France. And this is fine with us. We're starting to have a bit of a come up here. I think that some of these are finishing. No, they haven't finished yet. Once those finish, we'll look to get some stuff in. We're making money again. We could decrease taxes to get more legitimate up to the next tier. I think we're going to do this since we're making money now. And not as quite responsive as the thing thinks, because it responds in like a dynamic way where like people will be consuming more as well. Please, please, noise, please. We don't want a trade agreement with you. And we annex the Indian territory, which makes us just auto peace out because there's nothing that the French demanded off of us. We got Oklahoma now, and just a smattering of like random industries, which is a consequence of like normally what you would want to do if you were building it yourself. You would just build one single industry, and you would build that one industry up until it was level 51. What is this about? Why is it red? Okay. But normally you would just want to build, I would just build only glassworks here or something, right? But since the AIs just builds wherever is most profitable at any given time, it doesn't follow that type of scheme. We will start upping this for economies of scale bonus, and we also want to make glass cheap. So now we're coming up on very shortly getting the achievement here, because we just need to take 2 provinces from Canada. I don't know if we're going to be able to take them both in one more. I mean, I kind of want to, but should get a nice little bump in standard of living as well, as we have lowered taxes quite a bit since we passed the new tax law. Tax is a little bit more progressive. We're going to take a look. We would like to cultivate bonuses. Alright, we're just going to take the trade unionists juice, because their bonuses are the most important. We're not going to get a bonus off the Industrialists if we would change what we're doing. Unify Ethiopia and Ethiopia. This is something the AI has not... a war goal that they have not used in the past, so that is interesting. Huh. We are so close to getting the Manifest Destiny. Also the CSA, I think, if I'm not mistaken, are isolationist, which is like wild. I think we're damaging relations with them. Yeah, we are. But they somehow went isolationism, which I haven't seen like a developed country go isolationism before. I don't know if this is 1.2 AI behavior or what, or just a luck-based thing. We're kind of keeping an eye on these guys to see if we can protectorate them. We are pretty close to being powerful enough, you know, to get these guys as protectorates, after which we will damage relations with them and then puppet them or dominion them. Coming up on December, when we can declare the war on Canada here. Let's see if this thing is resolved. So, turmoil being really, really high appears to, if you stack enough negative construction efficiency modifiers, this seems to make it so that construction takes infinitely long in the state. And the reason why we have like turmoil here, or the reason why this area is not doing too hot, is because it has no market access. And we can't build a port because this will brick our queue, or it would during 1.2. Let's see if it does now. Show government constructions. Let's go over here. It looks like it no longer bricks their queue, so they have solved that bug. Let's do that one. Let's take a look and play a little whack-a-mole. Generally, we haven't been having too much infrastructure issues. I see Florida over there. I see you. We do finish the government administration, so we will start incorporating Idaho here. It's going to take 21 years. That is unfortunate. That was quite a while. Did want to incorporate here. I guess, in theory, we should primarily do places with European heritage. Maybe the play is, like, you're supposed to just let the migration make it so these things take not as long. Or until you get a mass migration event. We're kind of, our heuristic is if the area does not have too much, if it has high arable land to other stuff, like resources, we're incorporating it. Otherwise, we're not. Maybe we go Wyoming. Let's take a look at the population and see that they're primarily natives, which do take a while to incorporate, but the other ones, like the Yankees and stuff, don't. We are in December, so we're going to declare our little war here in a sec. Missouri, we already incorporated Missouri. We'll click this on auto expand. But yeah, it seems like you have to manage a queue a lot less, which is going to be very nice, you know, if we start playing up in the 10,000 range or something like this. Alright, so if we want Washington, it's going to cost us 17 infamy. So we can go after Oregon and Washington. Let's take a look at, they're in a defensive, sorry, they're in a customs union with the UK, so the UK is very likely to defend them. And I don't know if we have the military to do this. We have an army power projection of 1,000. They have an army projection of 5,300. So we're going to take a quick save, and if the UK joins, we'll just reload. The US, if we were playing on Iron Man, we just would not declare this war. Go Rev Venezuela. But as it stands, we are just going to go for just one state. I think we'll go for, let's take a look which one we think is better. Washington or 1 million versus 1.2 million. Coal versus not coal. I think we go for Washington. And then I don't think we add the second one because that's going to make it likely that people join against us. And if UK starts join, so we're going to have to try and get Russia on our side. Let's take a pause. And mobilize and move guys around. Oh, I forget we can't get to that front over there. We'll mobilize and leave them at home. My kingdom to know how to make this sound go away. The sound is my enemy. We'll actually use this little 5 guy right down here to push that. Afro-Caribbean mass migration. I guess maybe now is a good time to up the military some. We're gonna up it in the capital here of Texas. Or Tejas. And we're gonna see if Russia wants to join in. We'll offer them an obligation. I think that we can do it with Russia's help. I don't think we can do it if a bunch of other people join, even if we have Russia's help. So, let's see. Do we have anyone in reserve? We have one flotilla in reserve. It's probably on this guy, so we'll just promote him. Nope, I guess it was on this guy. Nope. And it's someplace we don't want to have a navy. We're going to go in buildings, development, find the naval base that we don't want, and delete it. I tried Googling it. Turning off interstate sounds under the specific sound effect action section. Disable those sounds. Let's take a look. So I assume it's under audio. And then it doesn't have any of these. But if we go game, under specific sound effects section, specific sound effects section. Well, there's nudity in this game? Well, obviously we're going to keep it unclicked because we have... Because we're streaming. I don't see it anywhere. Why don't we wait for a pop-up and then take a closer look at a pop-up? So, message settings, there we go. Something like this. But I just want to disable the noise. I don't see it. This is like Chinese water torture where they drop the water on your forehead or whatever. You just clunk, clunk, clunk. We're going to also add taking war reps from Canada, mainly because it makes it more likely for them to back down. Could also add something from the UK, but I don't think there's... I think there's about a 0% chance we land on... Yeah, welp indeed. Time to go back to patch 1.1. Time to like, throw in the towel. I think we'll probably need a bigger... More of this. Let's see what stuff is privately constructing. Oil, dyes, railways. Arts academies seem to be a really big favorite, so we just have a ton of arts academies spread out throughout the country. Arizona's built up pretty tall in this regard, so it looks like they do take maybe some consideration for economies of scale bonus, or it just is factored into their calculation at least. Yeah, because these are both... But still, like, the places that have a large population will just attract a lot of stuff. So, interesting. And we're just trying to make, I guess since there's, like, a lot of corporate stuff, where the capitalists seem to like manufactories, I don't see them building too many coal mines, despite coal being really expensive in our market. So, I guess we should mainly build coal mines ourselves. Let's just go wherever we don't have any coal mines. Let's just build a few. Let's look where we have a lot of labor. And like no coal mines currently building. And we'll just add 5 in all these places. We already have a ton of coal in the queue though, so maybe I'm overbuilding it. Death by 1,000 chunk, 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 chunk. So in about 5 years, so we'll need to do another war against Canada in order to fulfill the objective, but we're well on our way. Let's take a look here. Or not here, but like if we go into achievements for Manifest Mexico, we just need all of Washington and all of Oregon now. Maybe I should have made the splash for the stream getting it, because I knew we were super, super, super close. After this, we might switch countries or start a new run, depending on what people want. And then, I suppose, given the current volume of viewers, it's probably just going to be TEJ. Just kind of whatever people want. Probably save this up in case we want to continue it longer, though. Mexico's a really interesting country because it, you get so many gold mines, and so you have a huge income without having, like, much economy. Alright, we get electric motors. If I'm not mistaken, we want to provoke the event. for the Metropolitan Railway, which is a huge, huge, huge event. This will double the throughput in your capital of railways, which is really, really, really nice. I think that we can afford to turn it on. Did it say that there were 10 mass migration events? No, okay, Canal targeting Spain. I don't know where I saw the 10. But we're gonna go here. We're gonna go electric trains. We get Metropolitan Railway. I think it's better to take the engineers becoming loyalist in Texas. And then let's go tech tree, probably combustion engine. We're just gonna hold on to that. Could go Miltech as well. Trench infantry is pretty nice, so we could start actually progressing towards that. So we could go submarine torpedoes, I think, with the idea that we want to unlock all the tier 3s here. Repeaters is not spreading, so we'll do that. How long of a run would I be willing to do next? In my mind, I was thinking I was going to stream somewhere between 2 and 3 hours, so like, I could not do... I don't think there's any achievement that's available other than running the tutorial, which I'm not going to do, that I could do in like 2 to 3 hours. I don't think I could do a complete run. I think I could start a run. Could also just play Mexico, so it's a little bit more coherent. But I don't mind it being super incoherent. Overall, the streams haven't been getting as much traction as the videos, and so I'm not sure how much I'm going to keep doing streams, but we'll see. Yeah, we should enforce relatively quickly here on this. I do want to make sure I get the stuff unlocked. Very, very pleased with that button. Like, one of the things that was most annoying to me was the absence of this button. I really wanted it back, and now it's back, and so I'm so happy with that. A favored party. I think we stay out of their politics. Let's take a look at how our bankrolls are doing as far as we want to protectorate some people. Yeah, just gotta get stronger with the army power projection on that one. That one, they need to not be defending the borders. And we can protectorate them in Chile, so let's use the obligation. It's a little bit easier to protectorate people in patch 1.2, or in this case 1.2.1. But we do get Chile in here. Or we will once they accept. I think that puts the infamy dangerously high, but this is fine. We, of course, will start damaging relations with Chile. You still need to... You can annex the vassal with positive relations now, but you still have to damage it to puppet them. Yeah, you would imagine that sitting with 0 to 2 viewers for a stream is very discouraging. This one I didn't even have... what's it called? I just kind of decided to stream like a little bit early because before I was streaming at 5:30 and I didn't have the stream scheduled beforehand, so I expect this one to run a little bit lower volume. But like when I post a video in the first hour, it gets more views than my streams were getting. Like so like just if you look at just how much traction they got just initially, it was like much more. So just my videos versus streams. So it's not even a matter of like necessarily discouraging, but effective. But at the same time, I get to interact, and I think the interaction's good. So I mean, it's possible the optimal strategy is to do a bit of both, but I'm not a master of such things. Really, the only thing I want is construction. Victoria 3 players want only one thing, and it's fucking construction. And we get a nice little... Ah! I thought they were giving up. They were not giving up. They were just trying to white peace when they were getting smacked around. Would you be willing to try and keep Central America together and going to expand it? I've heard that you could clear the initial hurdle with corn laws. Yeah, corn laws is insane now. So corn laws used to be really good because you could just go interventionism, free trade, or whatever. But you used to have to get rid of serfdom first, and this used to be a complexity. Now the market liberal, which is what you get from corn laws, the market liberal, what is it? In the Landowners IG, now they also support abolishing serfdom. So it's just insanely stronger. Yeah, we can do that. But it's just, yeah, it's absolutely bananas. Corn laws is very, very strong. I just, the AI, the only thing that concerns me is AI is much, much more aggressive in 1.2. And, I'm afraid of getting clapped by either New Granada or Mexico. We will not accept white peace. We will move this guy to this front. Yeah, I think corn laws needs a bit of a nerf or an adjustment. Because part of the, like, fun of the game is, like, the dynamic nature of things and, like, trying to get this through, and, like, corn laws just gives it to anyone for super free, it feels like. And I think this is no good. It shouldn't be so easy. We have a ton of excess infrastructure in Tejas now, so we're going to try and build some stuff up a little bit. Why don't we go a few universities? And steel mills we can start on. Put them on auto expand, and tooling workshops we can start on and put them on auto expand. Maybe we could start using some labor saving PMs. Our standard of living is starting to rise quite a bit. Why is this not profitable? Is electricity just insanely expensive? Oh my god, my kingdom to kill this noise. Chunk. Chunk. How close are you to capitulating, my dear guy? It says... It seems that you are... no, not quite willing to capitulate. We don't really need the war refs from them, but we might as well take them. Chile is finished colonizing there. I think that we are not currently... Let's start bankrolling them, because I think we can protectorate them. No, wait. So, yeah, even if they weren't defending the borders, we wouldn't be able to get there on them. But will we get there? Oh, because they're only amicable. So we get another 15. So we get 65, and then plus the 25. So that's 70... Yeah, we could get there if they get off of defending the borders and we get a bigger military. We're gonna go tractors and threshing machines. Brazil's trying to sway us versus Rev Brazil. They're offering us an obligation. We have a customs union. Could we maybe protectorate them? Kind of close if they stop defending the borders. It is a, like, free obligation, though, kind of. Relatively free. Do we have any generals? We have a little bit excess in Dixie HQ. So why don't we recruit you and then send you over. Red Rover, send this guy, gentleman, right over. We'll send him over there. No pops in Texas. There's quite a few more pops in Texas than there used to be. The migration is ramping up. Really high migration attraction, so I'm expecting it to... if you build it, they will come, but if you build it, they will come is much, much weaker, it seems, in patch 1.2 than it used to be. The significant migration nerfs, but we do... I think we have a pretty hefty modifier from underpopulated still. Oh, nope, we don't. It's forever until we're, like, well-populated. Texas just got such a huge buff. let's take a look here, and we could use the new thing. We can go in here. Oh, wait, in here. And set all the production, reset production methods, and it sets it to the most common one. Which is very, very magical. I think we'll just put some of those down. Conscription centers should be nothing. I'm checking it like I have to change something, but I don't have to change anything now. Looks like we should have a little bit of a good go with them. Let's see what the... There's so much... It's so much easier to keep up with the queue now that they've changed this, which is kind of like the most annoying / monotonous part of the game. I just don't know how intelligently the AI is expanding railways. Like, that's the only thing that gives me anxiety. Also, this however many pages it tells us we have is clearly bugged, because it's just, we have 5 pages of government construction, but only 2 pages of private construction. Or 3, it is. But either way, it's fine. Does the nerf to pop migration help late game performance? I think the thing that helps late game performance the most is this right here doesn't have infinite icons when you have a ton of construction, and so this, let's move this guy over here, and so that was a huge contributor to the late game lag. My understanding is that there was a mod that just literally just deleted all the icons, and this improved performance immensely. What they have done here in patch 1.2.1 is now the icons are clearly capped with way fewer icons. You notice it's just like the same number no matter what, and I think this is kind of a happy medium where it like lets you see kind of what you're building, but not so many icons that it causes lag. I believe the population changes also engage in, it splits the number less and also improves performance is my understanding, but I've heard, or this is what was said on the Reddit, so take that with a grain of salt, that the patch 1.2.1 hurts performance at the late game, but it'll be like patched next week again, something like this. That is what I've heard. But so far, really loving getting the button back. And it's like fatter too. Now it's not wide, it's tall, and like just very satisfying to click it. Of course, the notifications in the bottom right and the noise that they give is just absolutely terrible. And so that's unfortunate, but that is what it is. I think we start expanding the military a little bit more here as well. Mainly expanding them in Texas, which, okay, it's going to make the labor more expensive in Texas, and it's going to hurt the no-pops problem in Texas. But if you have a revolution, the capital stays on your side, so... Gonna have to solve this bureaucracy problem, too. We're going to check and see if we have a place that has insufficient tax capacity, and if we don't, we're just going to keep building up high in Texas so that we get more economies of scale throughput bonus than anything else. It makes a big difference because a huge percentage of the cost of the government administrations is in, you know, the labor. The paper is not what's expensive. The wages is what's expensive. You know, if you take a look here, the wages 28k, or sorry, paper is 28k, wages 35k. Let's take a look at another building, let's say. Here the wages are 42k, and the inputs are just way more expensive. Yeah, TM the button, basically. Nothing gives me more satisfaction than clicking it. I was so annoyed when they got rid of it and you just had this little inky-dinky thing in the corner. We can turn on those PMs, so let's do that. This might just be a better time to stream as well. We should pop the event. I think we go bougie patronage for the throughput. Or not the throughput, the... definitely gonna want... Alright, we're gonna see if this will actually give us a bonus anywhere. I don't think it will. Yeah, it won't give us a bonus, so we'll just take the extra juice for the tech. Does productivity influence private construction? My understanding is, so if you go here, and you go here, the predicted earnings, the private construction will just, whatever's the highest predicted earnings, it just goes for this. And so, interesting. It's also giving based on the change. I think it doesn't take into account the change as much for other stuff. But my understanding is it just the AI just asks what's the most profitable building possible, and then it builds that. Is my understanding. Except they're building a lot of railroads, which I don't generally see as profitable. So maybe they've reworked some of that so that I don't know exactly. Let's take a look here. I don't even know what we researched. Ooh, I think actually I do know what we researched. So let's go telephones. Because we do already have the PM. And did we research the military trench warfare? No, wait, what did we research? I don't even know. I feel so confused. Classic. We can start turning on electric trains also wherever we have infrastructure problems. But we don't have too many infrastructure problems because the AI keeps, Ooh, that is a cheap pipeline for some approval and some infrastructure. You have to pay it for forever, but it, you know, it's good. But, so like, productivity, bifurcating productivity between profitability, I'm not sure exactly, like, the way to do it. So productivity is a relative measure of how much economic value a building generates per employee per year. So this doesn't take into account really high wages will lower profitability, but it won't lower productivity. It is calculated by taking the current weekly revenue generated from production, subtracting the expenses incurred by consumption, dividing by the total workforce, and multiplying by 52. So the difference between productivity and average annual wage is the building's weekly balance, also known as profit. So they don't go for productivity, they go for profitability, to answer the question. Is my assumption of how the AI acts. Like, I haven't taken a deep dive and, like, looked into, you know, that sort of thing super deep. We can, of course, expand construction. And Brazil owns us. We own Brazil. They owe us an obligation. I think Nebraska will just also do that. I know we have Nebraska Incorporated, and we're trying to build up the steel there. Now iron's really expensive, so we're going to give iron kind of the treatment as well. And try and make iron cheap. We're going to look where we have the most labor. And as long as we have at least plus 10 infra there, we are going to plus 5 here. Lisco's already expanding, but we'll be fine with this. So we're just kind of spreading out the jobs, and we want to make... We just see that the iron is expensive for the steel. The steel is a huge part of our construction expenses, so if we can bring down the price of steel, we can build more. And we know that the AI will build, like, profitable finished goods as long as they're profitable, but what it won't do is it won't take measures to make construction cheap, so that's kind of what we're doing. So what value does productivity have for you as a player? So that's an interesting question. So if you have really high economies of scale bonus, or if you have a really large throughput bonus, your building will be much more profitable. Also using like labor saving PMs will make the building more, make it more productive, right? Because productivity is output over a number of people. The higher your output over a number of people, the higher you can drive the standard of living up with all other things equal. So, oh, hey, Time Dog. I didn't even, like, read that it was you as asking the question. So, by having really high productivity, you can increase standard of living and drive migration, which will depress wages. And you can't, if you're using, like, a bunch of PMs that use a ton of people, it's harder for you to drive more migration to you. But if you have a ton of people, then this isn't a problem. But productivity is... So profitability is, yeah, definitely the one that's more important to look at, but having really productive buildings is what allows you to have, what drives up SOL more than anything else. But yeah. So that is kind of the thing. Let's take a look at when the truce is here. Oh, 04, so we got about 5 years. Or is that with Italy? Okay, no, it's with us. Yeah, like a lot of the game mechanics are like, or like what you should be. I have to like double check like between productivity and profitability, like sometimes. But like the weekly balance, the building can be super productive. So generally what happens is the balance or the profitability of buildings goes down as the labor in the place gets really expensive. So for example, in Texas, the standard of living is 17 or is 20. So these buildings will be less profitable, even though because the wages are so expensive. And so this is what encourages the auto queue to build in places other than Texas. Even though Texas is, we are encouraging manufacturing, or sorry, we're not encouraging manufacturing there. We're encouraging it in Mexico. We'll probably start encouraging it in Texas at some point. That's the dream, because we're trying to build Texas tall. So it's a factor in determining what needs to change to improve standard of living. Yeah, so, or it's like also just like a sign that wages are really high if something has high productivity but low profitability. Which wages are almost standard of living, but they're not quite. So if you take a look, so wages are effective, standard of living is effectively wages times this stuff, basically. And so wages times how much is getting skimmed off the top in terms of taxes, and also times how expensive all your needs are. So for example, if you drive up standard, you can drive up standard of living by having dirt cheap clothes in your economy without needing to have the wage higher. And the standard of living is what drives migration, not wage by itself. Higher standard of living causes need for higher wages. Higher wages lead to higher standard of living, all other things equal, but you can also increase standard of living by having consumer goods cheap. Notably, services is a really good one to get cheap because services cannot be exported away from you, so you can just try and depress the price of services. And so if you were... if you really wanted to drive up migration, what you could do is you could subsidize urban centers, which would cause them to employ, which would depress the price of services, which would drive up standard of living, all other things equal in terms of wages. But I don't think this is a good strategy, but you could do it. Nebraska pipeline. Well, that's a cheap pipeline. Let's do it. Anyone here from Ohio? Sorry about your state. The boom booms are expensive, so let's take a look what we can do about that, because that is used in construction. It probably also has to do with the fact that we built up a whole bunch of, yeah. So why don't we go here? So this has been the auto queue, is putting a ton in here. So why don't we just add 10 there and add 10 there? And it was like Zacatecas? I don't know regions here at all in Mexico. That's actually not true. I know them a little bit. My grandmother is from Chihuahua, which is like around here. We'll put this on auto expand as well. Oh, we have brine electrolysis? Let's do it. Let's actually go through all of the PMs. Fascinating, interesting strategy. Terrible misspelling on my part there. I didn't see what you misspelled. Did you misspell though? The truth hurts. I suck at spelling though. I'm so bad at it. So I have a philosophy degree, and there's a word in philosophy that gets used a lot. The word is necessary. And basically for my entire undergraduate, I misspelled the word necessary on every single every single written test, which is just really not what you should be doing. I think we need a lot more electricity. More electricity. Electricity is actually probably something we have to build a lot of. I do not think the private construction will build electricity. The PMs suck. So we probably actually have to build a ton of electricity ourselves. We'll go philosophy department. So we'll go here and do that. And we'll go... I think we had some in Texas, Tejas. Then they just can't employ. But when we increase the size, we get more economies of scale. We could just subsidize it, though. I don't know. Some people argue you should subsidize power plants. It makes your other buildings more profitable. Allows you to use PMs that are, like, good. Let's look at Cheapas. See what they got going on. Is this fully employed? Yeah, so let's just expand this quite a bit here. And then... Actually, we probably don't need that many. But we will just turn you onto electric. And then we'll 51 you. So 38, 41, 51. You hate the word necessary? Yeah, unfortunately, if you're in a philosophy, you know, program, it is necessary to use the word necessary. I don't even know how to spell it. It like haunts me. Towards the end of like my degree, I actually, before every single test, I would review how to spell necessary. I wouldn't review any of the material, just how to spell necessary. I like understood the material, it didn't matter, but but necessary, could not spell it, could not be done, would not be done. So, tragic, the trade unions have deactivated the most useful things, so let's see if we can make them happy again. So, we gotta try and pass something through them. I think we actually would like regulatory bodies, especially because we're floating so much of this. Could also see about incorporating this. I guess we don't want to right now. We do want to start incorporating some stuff, though. Some more stuff, rather. There's so much arable land in Oklahoma. Let's just incorporate it. Oh, it takes forever. Whatever. I think we're fine with that. This is much faster. They have a lot of resources, but it's fine. I'm much more interested in the fast incorporation. How much profitability split between the workers of various type and the building owners? So, the owners will take all of, as long as the owners can find employment, they will take all of the profit. But the problem is they will need to pay increasingly large amounts in order to just employ. So, it's just, they will pay the smallest wage possible to reach, like, maximum employment. It's like an equilibrium thing. And so if you have really, really cheap labor in your market, so, like, if you're playing Mexico and you just have a huge excess of labor, they will pay them just enough to get them out of the subsistence farms. And then after that, they will take all the profit themselves. Best time to incorporate Oklahoma was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Trail and tears. Tears and trail. Much tears, much trail. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I think that, so all of this land, basically, just like all of this in the US, got super, super buffed. There's a ton more arable land, but there's not more pops. So it's really good at just siphoning off pops from various areas of the world. So I don't know if the strategy is actually just to wait to incorporate until, like, a bunch of people move there. Like, Colorado is, like, mostly Mexican, just because people have, like, moved over there. But, like, all this, like, this is mostly English now. That's not normal for Idaho. So we could probably just do this and then incorporate. Oh, it's still 21 years. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. It's mostly English and Irish. Or we're not European. That's why. Okay, well, F me, right? We're just not considered European, but we're also not incorporating natives more. It's the worst of both worlds. So we're mostly Mexican. Let's take a look. No, we have European heritage. I don't know. I don't know why we can't incorporate this in 5 years. That's a mystery to me. Maybe because we clicked the button before. I really hate this noise, though. There's a reason to roll back the patch. It's this noise going off on every single one of these. We can probably up the speed. The private construction queue, like, combined with, like, auto construction, is just an absolutely, like, insane banger as far as, like, making the game a lot more hands-off and automated. Guarani Uprising? I don't think we care. Let's take a look at all of our obligation stuff. Can we protectorate you? No, because we need a bigger military. We can't protectorate you if we had an obligation. Can we protectorate you? Nope. Workers of the world, untie. Alright, we can open their market now. Wow, CSA is pretty chalked up, though. We probably want to be declaring a war. We're being lazy. Alright, let's find a good war. Ranhe annexation seems fine. It's not a lot of infamy. We probably want to find a higher infamy war. Alright. Actually, I think we're decaying infamy still. Yeah, we are. So let's just annex around Hay. And we will do some of this and some of this. And go for chat. Or engineers and laborers. The split between engineers and laborers depends entirely upon what PM you have. And, like, engineers require that they have a high enough standard of living to have enough education to be an engineer. And so, like, for all the better PMs, you need to have a higher standard of living, which means you have to be paying a certain, like, wage level for the thing to actually, like, be a thing. Yeah, the auto construction is really nice. It is really nice. Especially, like, you just set everything up, you're like, okay, you're gonna specialize here, and, like, I think up here, like, for example, we're specializing in arts, but the AI really likes building the fine arts center. Definitely having trouble with the electricity, though, which hopefully this solves that. We would love to have either Ontario or New York, but I found another state that has this modifier, the extra electricity modifier, which is right here. Extra electricity output. Hot damn. I didn't know that heritage affected incorporation time, but it makes sense. Yeah, it does. So, like, a lot of the New World stuff is, like, gonna be European anyways, so that makes, like, being ethnically European is just super, super strong in this game. Let's see if we can reform to anything a little bit more legitimate. Probably not. No, this is as legit as it gets. Oranhe... Let's, it seems to be the case that they are much more likely to back down if you ask for more. So if you're going to puppet, it's good to puppet and ask for war reps, because then they're more likely to back down, it seems. Because they got more to lose if they don't. Dalmatia is looking kind of thick. Where's Dalmatia? Oh, the province I just showed you. Yeah, it is looking thick. It's looking a little revolutionary, to be honest. A little radical, if you will. And the capitalist revolt. Let's go, baby. I think we don't want to piss off the trade unionists. Their bonus is really good. But... oh, we'll just do this. We want the enactment chance. Now, when Pops migrate, do they bring their education with them? I think they do. I think they bring... well, they'll only migrate to higher SOL, to a place where they'll have higher SOL, I think, generally. I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. But if that's the case, then they will like have education access with a new higher SOL, or they'll have whatever access they had before. But I'm not 100% sure. Austria is trying to get us to sway against radical Austria. Are you offering us an obligation, good sir? You are. Are you a great power? You are, but just barely. I mean, I guess we can help. Looks like Krakow is with Austria here. I don't know, like, the fine-tooth details of the migration systems, though. Like, I just know you go burr and you get the people to migrate. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking, that Austria wins anyways. And so it's kind of free. You know, some bleeding happens for us, but I don't think it's too big a deal. Do we have... No, we just have bike messengers. We actually might have enough... I hate how hard it is to get opium in your market, so maybe that's what we should have done, is we should have gone for, like, Sind or, like, a Macron into Kalat, like, something like this. We can start bankrolling them here. Let's start bankrolling the 3 of these. With the intention of trying to get people in the market. Oh, Time Dog, check this out. They're in the British market. Apparently, you can get Qing into your market now. Which is just like free pops, because you just siphon them off as long as you're multicultural. Which seems like one of the biggest changes in terms of that you can make in terms of like what the meta is. As far as like most effective tactic, because getting Great Qing in your market is just like absolutely insane. Great Britain, of course, is messing it up, but yeah. So yeah, you also cannot puppet major powers anymore. So for example, I cannot start a puppet play against like the CSA or Brazil, despite me being a great power. We annex Orange. And let's delete the barracks, and let's press the happy button. The, swap everything button. State actions, reset production methods. Let's go, baby. Oh, can I just set it everywhere? Let's go, baby. That didn't fuck everything up, did it? Yeah, let's go. Except I actually think I probably didn't want to do that, but whatever. I think I actually caused infrastructure problems in a couple places. I think I need the electrical railroads here. And I need them in Texas. I don't need them in Texas anymore, but I want them in Texas. Let's go. How are interventionism and laissez-faire now? I'm scared of laissez-faire, but I think laissez-faire is probably strong. You just have to come into laissez-faire with the understanding that most of what you're going to do with your construction queue is going to be trying to make construction cheaper, and you won't target anything, but laissez-faire seems stronger. We're currently interventionalist. Laissez-faire, the 50%, or sorry, the 25% bonus from capital investment pool seems just absolutely enormous because it doesn't get siphoned off from the pops now. My understanding of how it works is there's just like an amount that they contribute or something like this. Or like when they were talking about it in the like Dev Diary 72 or 73, whichever one it was, they made it sound like it would not get siphoned off from the pops, whatever this increase is. So this is just free money out of nowhere. Normally, when you increase their investment pool contribution before, they would lose more money. Now they just don't. It's just money from nothingness. It's manna from heaven. So I think laissez-faire is probably better, but I like having 50% of the control. And so, Yeah. For a while, I thought that cooperative ownership would be best, and I think it's probably the best PM. The problem is if you go cooperative ownership, if you go Council Republic, you can no longer have a market because there's a minus 150 malice for different economic systems if you go Council Republic with other countries that are not Council Republics. So that's kind of where things are at with that. Let's just go this, I guess. I don't know. And we will, I think, add electronics industries, and I would really like capital to start getting employment. So what I might do is let's get rid of a consumption tax or something, and then let's do a decree to encourage manufacturing in Tejas now. You did not know about the happy button? Yeah, this button makes me very happy. They took it away in 1.2. And it's very unsatisfying to have to go to this little thing and go ding. And like, this is so much better. Much more happiness, much more excitement. I guess we'll put as many guys on that front as we need. Probably won't put the 5-stacker on there at all. I guess we need an admiral. We can land Radical Austria as well. Exploit, this guy looks good. There we go. Because they are having a hard time. Radical Austria might even enforce here. There's a decent chance, because if the revolution just goes on too long, they like giving up. Generally speaking, we've got a few more years to go. We'll take the minus on enactment time. We don't necessarily have to do it. A big part of why we're passing this anyways is just to make the trade unionists happy enough with us that we get their bonus, and so if it just takes forever, it's really fine with us. I mean, we kind of want regulatory bodies as well. We will need more government admins soon, so we will continue increasing them in the capital. We will look to see if we have... Nope. We're set. We're chilling. We should get a little bit more migration here now, because, yeah. Well, we still have a lot from unused arable land. Standard of living, available employment. Yeah, this is just... very, very high number, which is why someone was like, before they were like, oh, there's no labor in Texas. It's like, not yet. Soon. Give it some time. Give the factories a moment, for pity's sake. They will employ. Now we gotta build more construction, I think. But so far, like, the play pattern we've had here in Mexico has been a lot different than before. Alright, so we see that this place has way too much infrastructure problems, so we're gonna go here. It looks like they're targeting this place down, though. Specifically, the AI. They just like, look, you're over on infrastructure. So it seems like whatever algorithm the AI uses, they're more than happy to try and specifically solve infrastructure problems for you. We will start swapping over a lot of these railroads to, why don't we just swap over in Mexico as well? Because we're going to need it. This is our highest level one as well. Of course, it loses money, but this is fine for now. We'll make sure our electricity is employed. If peasants are available, is migration very low? So if there's a lot of peasants available, generally speaking, there's some complexity to this that has to do with, like, if they're discriminated and this sort of stuff. But generally speaking, if there are a lot of peasants, then the standard of living will be really low. And so if the standard of living is really low, then this negatively affects migration. So it's generally hard to get migration attraction in like Chinese provinces at the start of the game, because it's impossible to pull up the standard of living, because no matter what you do, like, you can't, if the demand for labor is not high, standard of living doesn't rise, because you can just find someone else to do it. You have to have high demand for labor, which is why productivity is so important for, like, driving. Looks like Austria got annexed by Austria. But this is why productivity, not profitability, is really important for driving migration, because we have this 80% throughput bonus. This means that all other things equal, we can pay 80% higher wage in our place than another place can. And then if we're paying 80% higher wages, then we can pull a lot more migrants, which will actually drop down the labor price, right? Because people will come to work here for cheaper, and let's say they like take like a 50% higher wage than the global standard instead of 80% higher, and then this creates like a 30% differential that we just get in profit. So you notice this place can't fully employ, and it has a huge weekly positive balance. The balance like will traject down as they compete for labor with other places, but this just drives up standard of living, which further pulls in the migrants. So it creates a very like a circular thing. Texas, the industrial promised land, basically. Texas is one of the best states in the game now. They also nerfed a bunch of the China states, so like Texas is really good, especially because it has oil and you have a good amount of sulfur and coal as well. Let's see, Punjab is also pretty good. I think this is the highest arable land state now in the game. They don't have any resources though. Jiangxi was the former highest arable land state, and now it doesn't have it. Guangdong's probably better, even though it has less arable land, because it has dye plantations. Man, they got the nerf bat too though. I mean, Beijing's probably the best state in the game though. Now it looks like we have a bug here. So it looks like our construction got bricked. Here in reset. So let's find reset. And try and see if we can do something about this. So this is why in newer runs I'm not doing the automated queue, because this is a problem. So our entire automated construction queue is bricked, and so the national transfer is also getting paid just to do construction in this one place. So let's go to this. Let's take a look. So I'm guessing they just have like infinite devastation. Yeah, or turmoil. Yeah, they do. So in order to try and solve this, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of this consumption tax. We're going to put down a decree for emergency relief here to try and help with the devastation. And actually here, you have too much infrastructure as well. Contagious Disease Act. I don't remember passing that. But what we will do here is we'll also delete some of the stuff that's going on, which will help with the infrastructure, which should help with the SOL, which should help to decrease the turmoil. But basically there's too many modifiers that are hindering us. Yeah, as this turmoil goes up and up, like, we're trying to decrease radicalism by making wages better, by giving them a better balance of infrastructure to other stuff. These are gonna be less profitable in the long run. Why don't we delete both of them? So now these places will pay better because we have full infrastructure. And now maybe we get the turmoil down and we unlock our queue. Yeah, the turmoil is starting to drop. Beijing is the best state. Social credit score plus 100. Yeah, basically. So nothing happened in June of 1989? I forget the year. But, the Forbidden City is just, like, super, super good. You just get 50 authority and 20 legitimacy for free, basically. The devastation halting the entire queue is, like, a bug, which is why, for 1.2, I have not been playing with it, except on this run, which was the very first run I did. And, like, there's just, like, too many problems. Like, the queue's just, like, yeah, it's just completely bricked. We're gonna take a look what's expensive at our queue. Or, actually, let's just take a look what engines are at. I think we haven't built up engines in a while. We're gonna take a look at what you're doing. You're kind of well balanced, but we could get everything cheaper. So let's actually, you know, 51 tools here. And that handles... I think it seems that the government construction is taking over, though. So before, what it would do is half your construction just wouldn't do anything. Or no, it's not taking over. What's happening is the private construction is just all going to making this one thing, this one railroad, which is now it's considerably less weeks. The amount of weeks is also bugged out, but like, I don't know. It'll get constructed eventually. Yeah, there's nothing to forget in that exactly. Nothing happened. Who can forget nothing? But this is like, this is very annoying that the turmoil will drop though. So what so to someone earlier asked, is laissez-faire good, or how good is laissez-faire? One of the downsides of laissez-faire is you cannot address when you get this bugged out turmoil thing, because you cannot delete buildings with laissez-faire. And the inability to delete buildings is like game breaking at times. Like, so for example, we got the Metropolitan Railway event here in Texas, which doubled our throughput bonus on the railroads. If you have a capital that has an enormous amount of railroads and you get the Metropolitan Railway event, you will not be able to pay for all the inputs and still subsidize the new building. And so it will just break your entire economy, like in a way that is like irrevocably bad. And there's no way to solve this except by deleting railroads, but you can't delete the railroads if you're on laissez-faire. And so you're just hosed, like 100% hosed. Like hose targeting you. You're... yeah. We'll just start incorporating some of these because we're about to have a ton of extra. Now we finished these. So now we're going to turn on the telephone switchboards here. And that should fix that. You didn't know that laissez-faire couldn't delete? This is new for patch 1.2. So he's asking mainly about the changes, like, or how it is now. But laissez-faire, yes, you cannot delete. You cannot delete the things. So it's like, they definitely need some spots where, like, so, like, the Metropolitan Railway event you just can't provoke if you're on laissez-faire, otherwise you just lose everything. I think we're gonna go here, and we're gonna make this one our automobile production. And then we're gonna expand it a little bit. And we're currently pretty far off from needing that war. So we'll turn on the autos. We need to look for another good war, though. I think we're almost done decaying our infamy. So, we're going to establish a colony down here. So I think what we do is we actually wait a little bit, maybe 50 days, 2 months, something like this. And then we go for the great state of Beijing itself. Oh, we have to fight Great Britain and China to do this? Yeah, that's not happening. So what do we want to do here? Could vassalize someone like this, dominion them. That's only 25 infamy. And would have, the metagame for expansion also changes a lot for being low infamy, because dominion is only 2/3 of vassalization now. 2/3 the price. I think I like dominioning Tripoli, actually. They have a ton of oil. We, of course, need to expand construction. Sounds like a great idea. Probably enough. I think maybe too much. I don't know. France sides with Tripoli? Come on. Why you gotta do us like that, France? Luckily there's no borders, so we can just land them and it doesn't matter, but oop, we wanted to turn on the cars. We did turn on the cars, okay. We get regulatory bodies. Kind of a whatever burger. I think we will survey the Panama Isthmus right now, because we have a bunch of bureaucracy we're floating anyways. Yeah, France is mad at us. Fair enough, France. Looks like our problem finally cleared out. Let's do some of this. About the 40s are over there. And then kind of tempted to get them out of the Congo access of Gabon. So let's see what we can actually ask off of France. We could liberate Panama. That's funny. I think we're gonna do it too. Actually. I know it's half infamy to take unincorporated states, so let's take a look at Gabon. We could take East Angola. That would completely break their ability to expand anymore. So maybe we want to take that. And then liberate Panama. I don't know if we'll be able to land them, but we can try. I think we'll stay on that for now and keep our other things back. And I think that in general we're kind of trending to needing bigger navy, so we'll do that. I'm not sure we can do anything about it now. Because getting the canal for free, is the canal already built? Because getting it for free would be really nice. It's probably not. I have never seen the AI build it. So no, it's not built. But they always acquire the territory and then they just don't do anything with it. It's really obnoxious. Because if it's built by anyone, it gives everyone the benefit. Which, I mean, that's a separate discussion of whether or not you should do that, but it giving everyone the benefit, we would be happy about that. Guess maybe we go landing craft here. We're probably gonna need that to land France. We have a pretty weak military though, so I'm not too... I think we're just landing Tripoli and forcing on them and then piecing out here. Opening Belugadin's market is like not a negative for us. I guess we maybe shouldn't have put this in because it cost us infamy, but if we get this, that'll like completely lock them out of the Congo and we'll get more of the Congo. Yeah, there's a lot of things, like, this game is, like... I love this game, but I, like, literally cannot recommend it to a friend. Or I, like, would not. We could do some of this action. Also just gonna expand the military a ton here in Dixie. Like, the AI is just too butt. Or maybe we didn't want to decrease taxes. Looks like And then, yeah, looks like we're just not keeping up with the queue. Like, the UI is, I'm very much not used to. Let's see if we can find another building. Like, at a glance up here, like, I think everything's okay, but it's not okay. We'll also put California on these, maybe? Let's put Rio Grande on this. So we're gonna land with one of the boyos. Oop. And we'll have you escort convoys. I don't know where. Convoys are probably gonna get sunk anyways here. And let's take a look at the price of steel here. So maybe we can continue to bring down the price of iron and this stuff. Cute. If you're still in chat, Time Dog, were you, you mentioned on one of your streams thinking about getting a camera. Were you still gonna do that? I have not noticed a camera on, well. Oh my god, my kingdom to kill with noise when one of these pops up. Let's take a look through our bankrolls and see if we can protect her at anyone. Minus 77. Minus 48. So if we had an obligation with you. Minus 75. So need obligation and them not defending borders. Macron, we don't have them in the customs union. Are we close to getting them in? No, so we'll absolve and we'll make them amicable. Kalat, we will absolve and make them amicable. We have to manually increase volume of trade with these guys as well to make them really want to come in. Yeah, you got one. You haven't done it yet, but probably will soon. Set up dog cam. Dog cam, please. I keep on confusing the Mexican flag with the Italian one. I'm like, why is Italy landing when we're trying to land? I literally can't not do it. It's got a bit of a wider view than what you intended, and I don't know how to change it. I am not very good with that stuff at all. My camera has the default settings. Which is probably a little bit wider than I wanted as well. Mass migration from Han. Nice. We don't want a defense pact with Russia. Actually, that might have been okay. They're more likely to help us against the UK or whatever. Alright, we're going to take a lot of territory here. We're going to move everyone to this front and then probably try and land France. France doesn't have any soft spots. Unfortunately. Like, Italy landing this province is super, super, super easy. There's no province like that in France. Yeah, you think you gotta just roll with it? Probably. Greater chance of catching the dogs, too. Escort convoys to here. France gets there so much faster than us, which kind of sucks. Also, we're currently upgrading the PMs, so we're in bad shape, but we're probably going to get an enforcement on him soon-ish. But this is not what we wanted. That's not ideal. That's real not ideal. AI is getting better about this type of stuff. So we might just enforce on Tripoli and then peace out. It's probably how things are going to shake out here. We'll also get some devastation. We no longer owe obligate. Yeah, okay, cool. So now the question is can we fight this by ourselves? The answer is probably not. All of our generals are coming back though, so we can try and get this. How much is here? We will also, we don't want that 5 guy to actually get in a fight, so we won't move him there. But we'll also land the back of that thing. You're right, the Mexico flag does look like Italy, yeah. Just pure suffering. We do have some of the war goals occupied. I don't think we can enforce them below 0. Oh, but we only have to nab Panama. This we can do. Send the little 5 guy. Oh, they changed that. I can navally land now. I can use these guys to land any guy, not just a guy from the same HQ. That's such a nice change. Nice quality of life change. Alright, let's take a look at this and why it is or is not employing. Alright, let's take a look at you. Wood is cheap. Yeah, coal is still expensive. I guess we could just keep going after the coal. I probably need to do this. And some of this. Also gonna make sure I'm auto-expanding on the coal and the wood and all this. I think we should be able to push them out here. So let's try and pull a little bit of a sneaky. Oh no, we don't need to land this. We just need to have Panama. And then just keep all our troops at home. I think we land the back behind them though. Do we have any place? We have 50 battalions in reserve. Come on, man. Why we gotta do that? This guy kind of sucks, but... Alright, everyone's out of reserves. Well, backdooring their landing with one of our own? Yeah, that's the plan. They lose access to everything if we get behind them. Or they lose access to all their PMs. They get a slow decay and they lose supply line. So, generally, I think in multiplayer the meta is like being super landing heavy and also places you don't want landed. I think you want to, like, in the conscription centers, actually wind up their PMs because the conscripts will defend. Hey, Francisco. Hi, how are you doing? What is the plan for the stream? So the plan for the stream is to get the achievement for Manifest Mexico and then kind of just take requests as far as switching to a different country. And then maybe play till, like, 6:30 PST, so, like, another break or another hour-ish, or maybe we'll just end once we get the achievement. So looking to get Manifest Mexico, we only need Oregon, and that's all we need. Galaxy Brain, that's the hope. You play Galaxy, you feel Galaxy Brain, and then a bug happens, and guys get unassigned to the front, and you just get wrecked, and you're like, Photographs of Mexico. I think we take the, kind of like the legitimacy. Sure, why not? I think we can enforce on them, yeah. Yep, we do not have the 0 floor because we didn't take war reps off them. Yeah, we just, these two, which we hold these two. See, now we have a little thing behind them, and so we can wreck them. And they have to try and split up, and then we can land them up. So we get liberate Panama and subjugate Tripolitania. And conquer East Angola, which is really, really nice, because now They are completely cut off. I mean, this place has no access anyways. But, that is a huge portion of the Congo for us. And now that we're done with that, let's check. I think our truce is up this year. It's throwing me off that they have a truce with, I think, both Italy and us. But it's up in January. I think we're just gonna 51 this and max out the throughput. Probably could build more construction, but we're about to be done with this. Done with this run. Yeah, like, war reps is, like, such a trap to take on countries sometimes, because it's makes it so you have to take their capital. What you want is just small. We're, like, super happy with this independent Panama. Really, we just care about world affairs, and Panama deserves independence. Not like our plan was never to conquer them, like, sometime down the road or whatever. That's not the case. We're nicer than that. I think we just sit tight until we declare our war, though. For Canada. Or not for Canada, for the rest of the manifestation of Mexico. Which is would not be good for it to go for under normal circumstances. SOL has just kind of been creeping up / chilling this entire episode. Free Panama, that's right. Panama is, free Panama TM for now. We could probably just get them in the customs unit and give them the good old slow Cosby, but probably not going to do that. We're going to see, can we protectorate you? No, we can't. How about you? Nope. I do love, it's not quite perfect yet, because, like, see, this says thumbs down, but it's really not a thumbs down, it's really a thumbs up. Oh wait, what? It's 46, minus 46, and when we do this, and then that gives us 50 from calling the obligation. Why can't it do math? Excuse me? Don't know what that's about. That's a bug. Or the math just changes when you call in the obligation. We're going to absolve the obligation with Afghanistan. Kind of don't feel like manually putting a bunch of trade into these guys in Central Asia to get them into the market, but this is what you would do. Oh my god. I'm going to kill myself with this noise. Holy shit. I want to just turn off the audio from this. I guess I could make it so nothing pops up. My brain. Alright, we just want one thing. Mexicans want one thing, and it's fucking Oregon. Let's go. Put this guy here. I assume UK joins with them? I think we can slap around the two of them now at this point. Yeah, the cranking noise whenever one of these pops up is it's a little too cranky. It's harshing my mellow, is what's going on. Let's go in here and make sure. I said we were going to make this all auto-expand, but then we never did. And then the fish and the logging too. And the rubber. Oop, can switch this one. It's just, the problem is it just comes in a wave, so I wouldn't hate it if it's just the first one, but like when it's just sending me like 6 of them, right? I don't want all those 6. Yeah. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Alright, where is Dixie? So 30. Red and white Canadian flag goes kind of hard. I honestly, like in my head, cannot summon the regular Canadian flag is just red and red, right? I think this is because they're a presidential republic or something instead of or parliamentary instead of presidential, or vice versa, would be my guess. Oop. Yeah, definitely just gonna expand the military and hope to be able to fight this. Probably gonna be a little bit tough, TBH. Probably could have used our Diplo more intelligently to, I don't know. I know if we're good Canadian war reps as well. Might have to back down. This kind of sucks. I think we just have to try and fight this war, but... You like the flag, Francisco? Tricolor? I think I like it too. Some of the flags are just uber cursed. There's no way this is not enough military to do this. I think we're just gonna wreck our economy to do it, but... Let's actually see if whose economy is bigger between us and France. Wow. I'm just saying when we put it on the table, ours looks a little bit bigger. That's all I'm saying. Also better shape, you know, of our graph. Like if we look at France's graph, doesn't quite have that same shape. Whoa, whoa. Suddenly it looks way bigger. I take it all back. France, you win. Don't know what that's about. It also adds the French heritage. Do they not start out with Anglo-Canadian and French? I don't know what that is. French-Canadian would be my guess. I mean, we could put demands on France too if we're gonna go this hard in the paint. Let's actually go here, and I think that we're maxed out on the port, but we're gonna do this as well. That won't, we put that at the back of the queue. That's not gonna finish for a while. The freaking graph, yeah, stonks, bro. This is without even pushing it super hard too, because like the whole time we've been like, we should have just been expanding construction more, and we just, like, I know it's unnecessary for just fighting Canada. French stonks go beyond, yeah. There, I was bragging about our stonks, but this is something else, right? When we put ours on the table, it's huge. When they put theirs on the table, it's not on the table. We have better SOL. We have just slightly better economy, so this might just like wreck us trying to fight this. I don't really know. I'm hoping we can just, yeah. I don't know. This landing craft's gonna be nice. We're just gonna go for whatever military tech we could get that would be useful. Sucks that we don't have trench and they do have trench. We're gonna put this in. So maybe we should have waited on trench for this war. But it looks like France is not bringing their entire army to bear on this. We could have put in French things, but we're gonna be done with this run once we get the Canada piece, so it really doesn't matter. Alright, we're gonna try and land the 19 stack on their capital. I forget where the France's capital is. I want to say it's in Quebec, but it's not, right? Is it up here? Okay, it's Ontario. It's gonna use you. We can't land Ontario, I guess. We're gonna land with this, and we'll have this. Raid the convoys of the French troops coming in. I'm gonna raid here. So this is pretty close. I imagine we lose these fights though, because our PMs are worse. So it's probably just gonna come down to doing a bunch of landings on them. We're gonna need more generals as well. I think we're gonna recruit 2 more generals. And just look to land them all behind Canada to enforce quickly. On different territories. Can probably enforce on Canada before it's too late. This is kind of the plan. I mean, I'm investing way more resources into this war than I think is necessary, but it's just because this war is going to be the end of this run, I think. People in Reddit was mad about this graph glitch, but because it's easily fixable, but you love it. Stonk that broke the graph. Yeah, I think it's funny. Like, I'm not annoyed. I also can see the shape of the graph, so it's not like I've lost access to the information or anything like that. So I don't know. People on Reddit like to be mad. I guess we can add more schools or whatever. Schools. These hate employing until later. I guess we can try and make engines cheap. Because we've been trying to make steel or whatever cheap. Let's go. Boss Congo's got a super high engine thing. I don't like that. Let's go. Rio Grande. You're making cars though, so I guess we don't want to expand it too much. California is also making cars. Transvaal is not going to be incorporated. So I guess Oklahoma or Florida. Oh, France just decides they don't want a piece of this. Florida doing all right now. We did incorporate it. We can do some of this. Put it on auto expand. Same with Oklahoma. You want auto expand. So we should very, very quickly get them now. Lobster, pirate. Apparently, nation flag emojis aren't available on YouTube, so pretend that. Yeah, I'll pretend. The Lobster Mexico. Really did love Lobster Mexico. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep it for finishing the run. I would not have minded just staying on Mexico. We won't push them around. I think we can protectorate some of these boyos. It's easier to protectorate people now. Like, we should be able to protectorate them using the obligation, but this is bugged. So it's 100, 8, 10, 25, 10. 8, 10, 25, 10. So it just, like, loses the ability to... It's just not doing the math. It's like acting as if we're offering an obligation, but not calling it in. Because calling in is 50. So this is just bugged now. This wasn't bugged last patch. It's actually bugged in an incredibly obnoxious way, too. The lobster will always be a part of them. That's right. It did look like a whale a little bit, someone pointed out last patch, until we got a little bit more territory. Or a narwhal or something, I don't know. Now it just looks like Manifest Destiny. Probably, we would just take Conquer Oregon, right? What is this? Refusal. Conquer Oregon is part of the peace deal? Why is that minus 113? What the frick? Relative strength and mobilization is not adjusted to the new reality of France not being in the war. We see... Revolutionary CSA, which is a mood. Also isolationist. Incredible. Definitely didn't used to be like that. Yeah, that is a bug, whatever that is. Is the person who requested Central America still in chat? Reload, perhaps? Maybe I would. I think I would reload if I wasn't about to be done with this run. Right, because as soon as Canada gives up, we're done here. But yeah, I think reloading might do it. It's also just very... There's been a lot of problems with stuff, especially with the automated construction cube, but I really do think it's neat. You know, it creates a different strategy too, like in terms of what you have to do. We haven't built like chem plants or we haven't built food industries in a while. It's just like taking care of stuff automatically. It's putting them in other places. It seems to actually be sensitive to economies of scale, at least a little bit. Like you look here, it's building multiple power plants there. Here it's building the Arts Academy high, so we can just put this on auto expand. You know, and if anything gets over 10, we can just, you know, slap it with a whole bunch, or just do like something like this and then put it on auto expand. Anarchist society, best society. Minus 132 is a very unique number, I agree. Also, don't know how we're not enforcing faster on these boys. Let's try some of this. I'm just like kind of waiting for them to give up, but they're not giving up. So we'll do some of that action, that should help. Because we are actually getting, somehow we have the war goal, but we are getting drained faster. Oh, because we've taken 123k casualties compared to the 365 available, and they've taken... Well, yeah, they're getting wrecked, though. Yeah. The enforcement seems to be changed in 1.2.1, and also another thing that seems to be changed is battles are way, way shorter, which is really nice. We do not accept that peace deal. Because before, it would, like, allow you to reinforce mid-battle, which was, like, freaking cancer. Somehow we can't push here. Oh, because there's 40k of them? Yeah, that makes sense. But it used to be like this 1.4k would just add 300 every few ticks, because it would get reinforced from the barracks employing, and now they took care of that and this doesn't happen, which prevents you from having these like 3-month-long battles or whatever, so it's really nice. Try Central America, but finish Turmoil Journal without completed corn laws. Without corn laws? That seems like an unnecessary challenge. I haven't taken a look at their thing. I'll take a look at it, though. I don't know about not using corn laws, though. Corn laws is so good. It's even better now, with the change to the liberal or market liberal ideology, which now... So before, market liberal ideology would not want to abolish serfdom, and now it does want to abolish serfdom, so this is a huge change. On this patch specifically, they also changed the Intelligentsia, the liberal characteristics, so now they oppose multiculturalism. So getting multiculturalism is going to be a lot harder now, which I think is cool. I mean, it's going to be like a little bit annoying, but it's like It is what it is, my guys. So you, what happened to this front? God, I hate it when it just like does this thing. Are you giving up yet, son? We'll take this. We don't need the war reps. Manifest Mexico. Yay. We get the achievement. Alright, let's just save. Manifest these nuts. And let's go to menu. Or CSA. So, start a new one. No one supports multiculturalism. You have to get a IG with an ideology, like so radical. The radical ideology will support multiculturalism. Okay, did everyone want Central America? Any other requests? All two of you? Yeah, no IG with their base like stuff will support it now, it seems. So, alright, let's take a look at these boyos. Alright, so you said it seems like they have Central American dissolution. Okay. Any state with high turmoil might succeed. Cool. And I just start with states with high turmoil. Interesting. So why don't we just do this? I'm not sure how effective this is when we don't have a welfare program. Okay. And then we don't want to fire anyone and we want to give people jobs. We have a little bit of money right now. It's kind of an interesting event. So we're gonna do this. You said it's hardcore without corn laws. Alright, we'll try and do it, I guess. I don't know how much emergency relief does. When you don't have any welfare. Alright, we're going to do this. Yeah, I mean, I would just do corn laws, but this will create some radicals. Can we do it without creating radicals? This is fine. Doesn't create any radicals. We have a bunch of this. So if I'm not mistaken, will any of this help us? No. I don't think we want... we can't change any of that. Not in the way we would want. I do just want to go corn laws right now. I think we got nothing we can do. So what's best? Probably just lathes, but... I think going stock exchange first is a lot better now that corn laws have been buffed, but We will go lathe, even though lathe will likely not spread to us. And then I think we have a construction center in the queue. Probably want to build another construction center here. And then we'll want another one there. Let's take it on pause and see how things go. Actually, we can spend a little bit of this. Probably, so we could increase this to make people happier, and then just tax tobacco, which is going to affect the upper rung pops more. Same with coffee. And then, do we have any cotton plantations? No. We do not have any cotton things, so we could probably import cotton or fabric. No, we can't. Alright. So just trying to kind of crank up standard of living if we can. So if we maybe could import clothes? No. We'll try and make clothes first. Let's take a look at our other PMs. These jobs will help. I guess we could build a tooling workshop here afterwards because we want tools to make the chops, to make the wood cheaper to allow us to do more construction. Actually, I think we just want another construction center. We're just going to wait until we finish a little bit of stuff before putting it in. And so the overall strategy here is we're just building up a lot of construction and the logging to make the construction cheaper. We could probably go up in the speed, and we're doing it in the places that have turmoil because we're trying to get rid of the turmoil. The turmoil is going up. Or is it? Looks like it went away in these two states. It was high here. Okay. So then we'll just focus on here, Costa Rica. So we will add another one of these construction centers. And then we'll go another one of these wood choppers. And then a tooling workshop. It doesn't seem that hardcore. Maybe I'm missing something? Or maybe it's bugged that the turmoil just went away. It looks like it increased and now it's decreasing. I'm going to also decrease taxes a little bit here. Why does standard of living decrease? There are more jobs now. I have to make one of these places make dyes, I think. Here seems like a fine place to do it. Faith knows no borders. Just do that. Guess we don't want to get clapped by these two, so we'll do that. And then I think we will bolster the Intelligentsia. Although they don't support multiculturalism now. They actually oppose it. Wild. So what do we actually don't really need anything from the Intelligentsia. What they can give us is total separation, but not yet. We need empiricism. Ah! Okay, so it's a ton of these events, right? Alright, let's see. Central America gets a claim on Guatemala. Why did you secede, though, boyo? You didn't have the turmoil. So does this mean I failed? I don't understand why I failed, though, because the turmoil was 0. Okay, let's load. How do you even get radicals, the ideology? I'm not sure exactly. Oh, we just loaded 2 back. Why did we... I guess we'll go 4 back. How do you even get radicals from that IG group? I think it's a matter of... Okay, so let's take a look at Guatemala. We have no... What makes them secede? Is it that I didn't increase turmoil here fast enough, so they secede here? That seems stupid. I fail when they all separate, so them each separating one at a time is supposed to happen? Okay. Well then I guess I don't want to build tall in just one place, right? You get radicals for the ideology, I think, once you research something in here. It might be once you get egalitarianism. This unlocks radicals, unlocks radical parties. So this would be my guess. So these guys are going to guaranteed separate. Right? So I could just delete some of their barracks. And we need to get their turmoil down if we can. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Definitely trying to increase the SOL here. Where is my capital even? Okay, so so I guess we will build a construction center here. Egalitarianism, path to liberalism. I think it's just egalitarianism. It unlocks the Liberal Party. I assume it unlocks the liberal ideology potential as well. And you also need it to go the thing, but so this path to liberalism activates if an interest group is being bolstered and they are liberal, radical, or market liberal. So again, coming back to the corn laws. Okay, so random one will decide to secede. So I guess we should be building up more so in the capital. But we'll say they will regret this betrayal, and then we'll take their stuff. Sure, why not? San Salvador is the capital, yeah. Took some clicking around to identify that. I think we'll actually put the construction queue above this. So I'm guessing I was a mistake to build here in Costa Rica anyways. Although this is the area we care most about their turmoil, right? Is there turmoil everywhere now? Yeah, there's a bunch of turmoil everywhere. So why don't we use the authority to do emergency relief? I'm not sure this actually even does anything though. Oh, I see. This makes this impossible. So this is scuffed. This is definitely a restart. Well, let's see if they send troops. I guess if they don't send troops, we can win. But I think this is a restart for this Central America. Bit of an interesting thing. I think the challenge of doing it without corn laws is... I just feel like you should go corn laws. Do the corn laws events help you out a lot for doing it? I mean, if we can enforce on them before they enforce on us, UK doesn't have any war goals here. Although this will cause us like infinite turmoil, right? This is not the business. Yeah, this is so much faster. Alright. We get occupied. Alright. When you finish corn laws? Oh, it just decreases turmoil or whatever. Yeah. I don't know, that's interesting though. Let's play with Argentina. Brunswick. This is a mood. Probably pretty hard to play with Brunswick. Hanover seems interesting. Congo seems like it would be rough. see what we can do in like 15 minutes of Congo. Alright. We're gonna do the... We absolutely 100% need to rush this. There is no acceptable alternative. And we will want to put some down some decrees, like all of them. Probably don't need the manufacturing. It's probably best to do... No, let's just do manufacturing so we don't forget and mess it up. Oh, this is the only one we can put down? Oh, we can put down social mobility. Okay. Oh, we have so much authority at the start. What the hell? 1.5k. That's... I think that's the most starting authority I've ever had. Are we isolationist? Yeah, we are. Yeah, baby. How do we get rid of this? We don't. This is the fucking answer. Wait, how do we get rid of this? Because you can't provoke corn laws. This is somewhat... I think we'll do Congo. It's very similar to Sokoto, except you don't have ocean access. But how do you get rid of isolationism there? I don't think you do, right? You just get wrecked. I guess we could go professional army as a thing. So all of our economy is internal. The barracks do nothing for us, so I think we just delete all of them but one. This way we can pay the military more. We might actually just want to delete all of them. And we would want a construction center, but then it'll make fabric real expensive. And I don't know whether we're supposed to go livestock farm. We're probably supposed to go livestock farm here to get fabric. And then we're gonna bolster like all these guys, I think. And then we can put in consumption tax on alcohol if we wanted. People don't really consume. Alright, somehow they make tea and some luxury stuff. We're just gonna tax that. We're just looking to not tax the lower strata pops for now. And we'll probably come back to this. We just have so much authority, and it's like, what do you even do with it? Because there's like no laws we can pass. Lose a war for free trade. Oh, that's probably right. So just like declare war on Portugal. Yeah, you can't go corn laws immediately. They want war reps. They don't want to open our market. Oh god, we put so much stuff in place. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna start over. So someone has to declare war on us to open the market. Sokoto's probably easier than Congo. We'll see. I wanted to take another crack at Congo though. Okay. So we're just gonna speed 5. We're gonna go livestock ranch and then construction center. I think we just delete all of this actually. I think it's gonna be forever until we want to use any military. So we'll just do that, and then livestock ranch, logging camp, and then we're gonna do this order, and then we're going to go, I think, distillation, and then cotton gin. No, let's go cotton gin, lathe, distillation. And then, ooh, we don't even have this tech over here. Yikes. Urban planning is also going to be a big deal for us. And then let's go decrees. Encourage manufacturing and promote social mobility. That's all we can do. Then go laws. We don't have our jingoists, so we can't swap off of this. That's fine. Go local police force. Don't think I want to. Yeah, the jingoist was better. Let's bolster these 3 groups. And they won't be very powerful because we aren't using the things. We'll just leave the other authority. Not very important. Distillation, mandatory service, democracy. Cool. Strong devout plus industrialists. Maybe. I don't think I want the church. I think we want to... Because the church won't help us get rid of serfdom. I could even bite down on maybe winning stronger rural folk too. Alright, let's look at how we're doing on the tech. Democracy gives us different voting. Interesting. Kind of keen on getting urban planning. Cotton gin lathe is going to be nice. We of course have to go the stuff in order to make both fabric and wood before we build the construction center, otherwise it's going to cost infinite money. Poor literacy though. And then I don't even think we have sawmills, yeah. I guess you would want iron, and iron would be the first one of these you would want more than anything else. Let's see what we can do here. Fig orchards? Probably not. Yeah, I like this because it also gives demand for tools. Now, wood doesn't really do much on its own right now, but it will employ a whole lot once we finish the construction center. Strong devout plus industrialist, but way strong rural folk means no way out of isolationism. That's a fair look. That's a fair shout. We have slavers too. We must have slavery as well. Debt slavery, closed borders. Ugh. I just don't know how we get off of isolationism without getting like an IG thing. Alright, so we have a little bit more construction to work with now. I think we just go for another logging camp for now. And then we go tooling workshop maybe? No, we don't even have sawmills. What unlocks sawmills? Steelworking, okay. Well, we're gonna need steelworking before we get... Let's just do cotton gin for now. Actually, we probably should just do steelworking here. So I guess we picked the wrong tech to go first. I think it's steelworking here. I'm playing Congo. I'm trying to. This is pretty close to... Hey again, not. We finished up the objective for the stream, which was getting the achievement for Mexico. And so now, just to fill out the stream, I was taking requests, and then I decided to do Random Nation, and we got Congo, which is... seemed like a little bit of a difficult one to do. So, it's kind of interesting, though. So, I guess we will go tooling workshop now. And then maybe another livestock ranch. This will help to bring down the price of fabric. We could actually also go cotton plantation, and maybe this is a little bit better. We're not going to benefit from economies of scale, but the economies of scale is not worth a lot at the low levels. That's why you suggested strong devout plus industrial. You could switch to mercantilism. But how do you get off of isolationism? No one supports it except for the... Oh, just the industrialists. Well, we got to get the industrialists there then. And then corn laws. Yeah, once you get off it, you go corn laws. A country with no... Is there a country with no tech? I don't think so. We start pretty close to no tech here with the Congo, though. Like... We start with these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Start with 9 techs, which is not a lot. I've never had to research steelworking until now. Oh, we also do have the auto queue, and they're building a wood place, a chopper. So this will be nice. Ugh. Yeah, we definitely want to get... It's nice that we have access to dyes locally, so we can go clothing. Or we can go the clothing PM that empowers the industrialists. I imagine steelworking also gives you steel tools. I've never taken a look at this PM in my life. Wrought iron tools, cool. Yeah, baby. So we're gonna need one of those, I think. Will be enough. PB supports mercantilism. Let's take a look. No, just the industrialists. The industrialists are the only ones that... Oh, wait. The trade unions also support protectionism. And then that's it. Hey, John Smith. Hey, how's it going? You watched some of my tutorials today? Which ones did you watch? Some of them are a little outdated now, though, with 1.2 coming in. Or if you're on 1.1, it's like they shouldn't be, but they will start being a little outdated. I think we go cotton gin now, because we're about to have the cotton thing finish. But yeah, I was trying streaming a little. Generally my videos do much better than the streaming, so like if I release a video, the video will get way more views than I get like on an entire stream. So that's like not the way people are interacting. So let's go sawmills. Now this employs. And now we get that. And now I think we go lathe. Or we go prospecting. No, let's go lathe. First two got to second, or got to third. Alright. Yeah, my first one I made a while back for disempowering the landowners. Another one, something I left off of that was recruiting generals. Ooh, we can act freedom of conscience with political movement. Kind of keen on doing this. Currently we just have the uber landowners. So this is kind of, I guess we're just gotta get lucky with the political movements here. Yeah, importing, knowing like which goods to import and like how you want your economy to be, and just like developing a thought with what you want your economy to look like beforehand is like really important. We have freedom of conscience and democracy. So this is a lot of stuff. Looks like some people had a little bit of a come up here. In particular, we really want the industrialists strong. Looks like we're gonna get them strong pretty quick here though. Don't want to do local police force. Can we reform the government to put in the Intelligentsia? Probably not. That's not nothing. I guess we're going to have to wait on getting the industrialists in. So we're going to continue with the strategy of doing tools. There's a movement to enact freedom of conscience. Man, is it really that far behind? It's like 40 seconds behind? Or like a minute behind? We can also use tools here in the livestock ranches to increase demand for our tools, which will make our tooling workshops more profitable, which is what we really care about because these will eventually be industrialist owned. We can also use harvesting tools here. We don't care that they're not profitable. That will make the landowners less money, but we don't really want the landowners to have a bunch of clout anyways. We want the clout to go to the industrialists. Distillation is unlocked. We are going lathe currently. We want to go lathe prospecting. Is lathe gnat spreading? Where's prospecting? Prospecting is. So we'll go lathe prospecting atmospheric engine. Except we won't be able to use atmospheric engine because we don't have coal. So there's that. Actually, maybe we want to go international reforms, no colonialization. Let's do this actually. We're not getting a super huge amount from lathes. We're just going to go iron mines, and then the iron mines will allow us to turn these onto wrought iron tools. I guess we will get a bunch from lathe. Yeah, because we will actually just go clothing. Yeah, let's do this. Then this. Then this. Sorry, you were not on live. You're cooking. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I just, it seemed like that had happened a while ago, so I was confused. I don't think we can build a second construction center here. Maybe, but I really don't think so. Industrialists are powerful enough. Let's see if we can, well, it's unacceptable, but we can start taking cracks at it. Let's take a look at... Yeah, we can try and swap to mercantilism. So this is the plight. So let's go laws. Let's go mercantilism. Oh, what do we need? Unlocked by merchant guilds. Wait, requires international trade. Okay, well that's the next tech we're doing, I guess. Whoops. We'll just pull them out of government for now, because this is pretty not legit. So we'll do that. I can go pro-army. I must have a jingoist. Oh, that was on the industrialists. He must be jingoist ideology. I think I just want to maintain the legitimacy so I can maybe get bonuses and keep the radicalism down. These finishing will be a really big deal though, or this finishing, because we'll be able to switch this to industrialist owned. And then, I guess we'll go textile mills and then a dye workshop. And then this iron mine will employ up, and then this will be good. Can't do craftsman sewing though. The devout or jingoist, I can go pro army with the devout. Yeah, this is true. Looks like they're building tea plantation with the auto queue. We might delete that. Alright, so we get lathes, and now we're on international trade on the research. We will want to switch this over to dye workshops as soon as we finish the dye works. Maybe even actually just start out on it. Just so it's owned by the people we like. Can't make silk, this is fine. Devout our jingoist. Maybe I'll do another one of these runs. This is actually super interesting how we start out with like 0 tech basically. We could do a bigger one next time for like videos. We could do Sokoto. Sokoto seems much better. Once we get international trade, we can go mercantilism. This also reveals like kind of a use for mercantilism. Or not mercantilism. I was thinking agrarianism. But yeah, then we go corn laws and then it's like a straight shot. It's like super easy to just like westernize. Industrialists don't know whether they hate us or not. Ain't that the truth? I'm guessing millet farm is going to be next. We of course do want to be have a consumption tax on the tea, I think. Given that it's about to finish, that'll be nice. That's the only thing our people can drink, so just tax the one thing. I think we're running... Yeah, we have a huge reserve, so I think we actually want to do this. And then that way we'll be building a lot faster when we go textile mill into the other thing. Wood is real cheap. Which is why construction is so cheap. And also fabric is really cheap. Again, making construction cheap. Let's take a look at your PMs. We can't do anything there. How bad can it be? Let's have a little gamble. Success. I don't think we want them reaping the rewards, but we really don't need the authority, but I guess it's kind of whatever. Like international trade. Alright, we still have 20 infrastructure, so we're kind of okay. This is going to be a problem in the near future, though. They, of course, will have a little hard time employing because of this dies situation, but this is okay. This honest work is a very nice modifier. Don't know what we do after this, though. In terms of the queue. Could we go another textile mill? Because we're going to have so many extra dyes. Kind of, I guess we do a livestock ranch, maybe? No, we want to do more industrial stuff. I actually don't know what we do. Or maybe furniture. But furniture, we can't use the good PM unless we go... Wait, let's actually just take a look at furniture. I think lathes requires... No, it doesn't require hardwood, so we'll just go furniture next. And now we can go laissez-faire, or sorry, not laissez-faire, we can go these guys, and then go laws, we go mercantilism, and then we go corn laws. We, of course, will also be able to trade with Portugal, which will be nice. Definitely want to actually select our tech. Gonna need the atmospheric engine. Actually, let's go prospecting into atmospheric engine. No, let's go colonization. We have a little bit of wiggle room, and the production things will spread towards us. They changed the construction button. I didn't realize. Yeah, this button is lit. I'm all about this button. Sign me up, baby. We get minus 2k, but this is fine. We could also put in a bunch of consumption taxes if we need to. We can lower taxes quite a bit here, actually. I think we'll do. And then I think we want to tax luxury. We're not making luxury anything right now. It's just the tea. Girl, tea. This is kind of... Maybe we can't afford to have this low. Can tax services and liquor. Oh, we still maintain contested government higher authority thing. Coming off this will be a big deal. You can see what's been being built. Yes. So one thing I didn't like about the last one, you couldn't see what was being built. You lost the button, and you had to just click over here. Law. We'll almost certainly take extra inaction chance. Let's take a look at what's not spreading now in production. Atmospheric engine, perfect. We will have to import coal from the Portugal to use this though. If we can even. I guess maybe we want a shipyard soon. Because we'll want to build a port so we can trade for stuff we absolutely positively don't have. I guess maybe before that we will want a paper mill? I don't know. Build a Nort? I don't know what a Nort is. But now that we have Mercantilism, we can go here and we can do this and we can get ourselves Boyo. These will be super profitable. Port? Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the shipyard. I'm gonna need the shipyard first. We have corn laws, so we will very quickly get everything we want in terms of the trading system. And we lost a ton of authority from isolationists, so we will probably stop a bolster here. These guys are nowhere near being powerful. Politician dies, that shouldn't be a big deal. Change the government to more legitimate. Yeah, you're right. Once he's a market liberal, he'll be fine with being in there with the industrialist as the thing. We're actually gonna leave, well, but it creates almost no radicals relative to the population size. But the radicals it does create are rich ones. But the thing is, we'll probably want to put the industrialists back in government once we get the market liberal boyo. Happy to see these auto-expanding. These are not having they're having a hard time. International relations unlocked. And then kind of coming on up, having a little bit of trouble overall. With Indus you can enact a republic. With the industrialists, yeah. I don't want to do it quite yet, though. I want to sort this stuff and then do it. I guess, so there's a chance we actually want to hold off on corn laws. No, I mean, we just want to go laissez-faire as quick as possible. But there, you could make an argument for holding off on corn laws because you want to be able to go free trade, and you can't go free trade unless you have the tech for it. And elected bureaucrats. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we will put it back in now, actually. Because they're Republican is what you're saying? Yeah. Could do landed voting right now. Let's try one round of bureaucrats, and then we could do landed. I think we have to delete a construction center here. Did they fix the investment pool? To which problem are you referring? Because there were multiple problems. I think I have not had experience where they're just bricks. This is probably good for us, to be honest. It's gonna be like impossible to get in their market. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just click yes. So now we don't even need the shipyard, but we'll put it on military shipbuilding. We'll keep this on an anchorage. And now that we're in their market, we can go craftsman sewing and luxury furniture, and can also do this. The bureaucratic struggle, you're telling me. I think we just add super long on the time. The one that made it like stop working, where you would run out of peasants and then it would stop working. My understanding is that they have fixed this. This has been also my experience, but I would still recommend starting all your runs without using the automated construction pool. It's kind of where I'm at with that. I think we encourage manufacturing now, if we can. Oh, we're already encouraging manufacturing. Can we do anything other to create? No, we can't do road maintenance yet. Alright, fair enough. Do have the 20% throughput. What? Is there no silk inside their market? Real? Yeah, there is. Oh, we don't have access to the market yet. Got it. We're about to, but we don't yet. That's right. We have 0 market access. Cool. That's right. That all makes sense. Modern conservative. Yay. It's, of course, we actually can't control now. This. Oh, wait. We still can. End of the coin laws. Cool. Because we're concerned about the modern conservative dying, I think we're going to come off of this. Wait, why can't we switch? Oh, we got to come off of serfdom first. There we go. And these guys, see, are pretty legitimate because it's much more coherent now. There we go. Abolishing serfdom. See if any of these taxes will be good. Yeah, we can tax luxury furniture. That's cool. Now, once we get the port, we get access to the British market, which will make all these buildings more profitable, I think. Burr going up a little bit. And then we'll definitely want to go colonization sometime soon. I think we're still bolstering, yeah, the Intelligentsia. People gotta know. The people must know. Colonialism gets unlocked. Cool. Don't have time to do it now. But we do want to start working our way towards mechanical tools, atmospheric engines, not spreading. So then we'll be ready for railways. Serfdom gets abolished on the first tick. Very nice. You love to see it. So we are going to go laissez-faire, which is going to turn over a majority of our construction queue, but this is fine. We do have available queue space. So what are we going to do here? I think we'll just do this. It's always a good bet. Once we get attached to the market, this is kind of going to be a little bit better here. We're going to put it on auto expand as well. And then put a steel mill in the queue. Urban planning is unlocked. Nice. I think this makes it so we can use the road. Iron frame, modern sewage, law enforcement. No, it doesn't. What allows the road maintenance? Centralization? Okay, fair enough. Unlock gunsmithing. We do kind of enter a market where these goods are a lot more expensive than we could depress them down to, so maybe joining them is bad on some fronts, but I really am going to want access to coal at some point. Wow, these guys have a huge come out. We get laissez-faire. Now we can't swap over this to free trade because we don't have the tech yet, but what we can do... we can open... We'll be able to open those later, I think. We can't go bureaucrats now. Our guy must have died. We don't have the... Oh, no, he's... Oh, it's because we came off of it. I think we go landed voting. Should be a pretty quick one. And more than happy to have cotton auto produce. A min-maxy thing to do would be to build all of this ourselves by putting it in the queue and then just juggling it to the very bottom and never... we don't want migration until we have a little bit better SOL. Otherwise we're going to lose a bunch of pops. They'll get siphoned off by the UK. Because we're inside their market. I believe? No, actually I think they get siphoned off anyways. We'll take one tick of this and then we'll open the borders, I think. Someone died because we lost a ton of authority. Popular playwright, you love to see it. We'll take the prestige. They're building up the wood, which I love to see. So we get atmospheric engine. I'm gonna turn it on. And once the mechanical tools finishes, we'll build the third mine, which will proc the event. We do not control a majority of our construction though, so this is kind of not the nicest. So we're going to take one tick of this and then be out of here and do the no migration. It's kind of fine either way. Alright, well, we get it. Interesting to not see these guys in the party together. That's kind of not how we would have done things, but we'll go to no migration controls. Is this going to cause a substantive rev? No, it will not. Okay. We'll make people mad, though. Research stock market? Yeah, I want to do mechanical tools first. I don't mind stock market next, though. Bread, butter, ballot. Well, we're not taking the minus on that. Don't we have a steel mill? Okay. Yikes. Let's get rid of this consumption tax. Can also up the taxes a little bit if we wanted. Probably shouldn't be running minimal. Probably should. Agrarian Party wins. That is not ideal, I don't think. Because we can't put them in government. That is very much not ideal. Who knew they were so wealthy? Private its building? What? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, we are gonna get a revolution here, though. Okay. Well, there's not much we can do about it. Luckily, they just want to. They are going to restore traditionalism, but I think UK just slaps them. So, yeah, I don't think the rev is a problem. Or maybe the UK doesn't come to help. We'll see how things shake out. Trade centers doing what? I don't think we have any trade routes. Oh, for Portugal? Okay, fair enough. Oh, the Congo had the, yeah. Well, hopefully they land. Oh, private construction was a tooling workshop? Oh, that makes sense. Alright, let's get rid of a consumption tax. After stock exchange, I think we go railways. Is Great Britain gonna do anything about this? Oh, they already did something about it. Cool. Why can't I increase these? Wait, what the hell? Okay. We'll go colonial exploitation, I guess. Someone feels like that's an appropriate thing to do. Weird that we're gonna have the severe malaria problem. But it is what it is. I think we rushed this building though for the faster tech. You're not a quick rider? Me neither. Enact racial segregation. We might go that in... Actually, let's do that now. Because this colonialism only has 2% chance. Oh, let's do this. Oh, we should have... Let's do it, but let's do it with the proper group. Yeah, put army and gov. I agree. Your evaluation, my sir. Good sir. Our construction does move like molasses when we have the investment pool. Although I think we could have supported another construction center because the investment pool is so chalked up. For a while at least. But man oh man is it slow, because most of it, 75% of it is going to the private queue. Which of course is expanding all the livestock stuff, which is actually stuff we don't want expanded. Yeah, we'll do plus enactment chance. Yeah, this livestock ranch might finish before a construction center. Wild. Dye Works accident. Love this event. Much flavor. Let's see about a tax. Tax opium, I guess. Opium is the opium of the people. Can also increase taxes, maybe do more construction. We'll see how it fares us. We get colonial exploitation, alright. So let's go in here and try and pass some more laws. Wouldn't hate dedicated police, but we can't do it yet. We can try to go pro-army. Kind of actually don't want to piss off the landowners at this juncture. Put army and government. It's ironic. What is ironic? That we don't want to piss off the boyos. I guess we just don't pass anything right now. Wait, where did our... Yeah, our admirance up next. I'm gonna up taxes a little bit. Try not to run too big a deficit. It is uncomfortable. The event of the machine? Yeah, well, it's a whole bunch of puns. The die work machine. Or the die works event. I wouldn't quite call it ironic. But it is quite amusing. Oh my god. Oh no, wait. No, we're good. We're good. I thought I was about to finish the railroads too early. Go army professional. I could go pro army. Just the thing is I don't want to piss off the landowners. I want to... So when this guy dies, they're going to be really bad. Because they're temporarily happy and they're going to get like -10. And I'd rather, considering all of our buildings are like rural, I'd rather get this investment pool contribution efficiency right now at least. Especially because we're not going to be using the army for like forever. So it's not too big a deal. It does give them clout though. There's that. But now we can go, now that we got stock exchanges, we get to do this instead as well. And after that, they're going to be really mad if the market liberal dies, because they remember all the law passing. So if the market liberal guy dies, they're going to have like minus, I think, over 20. So they're going to be instantly furious with us, because they'll still have this and this, but in the other direction. Yeah, they don't like the different army. I mean, it would probably have been fine to go for it too. I'm just kind of like... Either way would have been fine, I think. Starting to climb up there in SOL. Oh, I forgot we could colonize. Oh, what? We can only colonize up there. I don't think we can declare an interest either. Yeah, we can't. But we can colonize Fang. In order to get this connected, we will need a port. I don't think the AI will build a port, so we're going to build it. It's kind of funny, though. Expands in 10,000 days. Yep. Ethiopia's... Whoa! I have not seen that before. That is wild. That is real fast. We will sap them off. Here. But this is... I have not seen this before. Go Ethiopia. Yeah, we really don't have a large pop. Or... maybe going colonization was kind of just a waste. Oh, we're gonna get another revolution here. Free trade probably gets through. Well, these rural folk are super chalked up. Liberal Party's doing okay, though. I think you're not gonna rev. We could try and make them happier. Industry suffers. We'll just take the consistent one. I hate how when new parties form, you get like uber illegitimate. It's really annoying. Unlock agrarianism. It also has a port, Ethiopia. Yep, they do. Suppressing rural is probably good. You were correct. Probably better than bolstering these guys. Oh, I can't suppress them. Oh, because I don't have enough authority. There we go. The guy dies, so he might not be as mad at us. No, he's a traditionalist. He's still real mad. That should come down. And now it's going to move to 0. The Agrarian Party wins, though. I can't put them in government. Send help. Oh, I can't put them in government because I'm suppressing them. That's right. Wow, they also lost like 20% clout over the course of like the last 20 seconds, so they probably wouldn't have won the rev or the election if it was just a couple minutes later. That's kind of wild. Great Britain's bankrolling us. Hell yeah, brother. Except actually we don't want to owe them obligations, so that's a little spooky now that I think of it. Alright. Can we do this? Probably not. Oh, we kind of can. Alright, let's try and get some reforms through. Okay. We could go total separation. We could also go cultural exclusion. We can do private schools. We can do public schools. Kind of like guaranteed libs here. Help deal with some approval rating stuff. And I think that, yeah, there is steel on the market, so we can just do that immediately. These should pop the atmospheric engine event in just a second here. It's funny you eroded the landlords, but because they're market liberal, they're not mad. But the rural folk are mad because traditionalists. Yeah, that is definitely strange. I don't think I've ever gotten a rural folk revolution before. This just needs to continue to employ. Oh, we should not be on... okay, we're gonna research all the way railroads and use the atmospheric engine event. Why isn't it not popped, though? Cash reserve is greater than 25%. Profits greater than 0. Its cash reserve is greater than 25%. It's fully employed. Oh, it's not using the pump. Cool. We actually are going to use it for water tube boiler because we're so close to getting. Railways anyway. Abolish slavery. Oh Jesus, you're right. We're gonna finish. We're gonna let this tick go through, but I completely forgot we were on slavery. I heard someone arguing in the Reddit that if you have really low pop countries, slavery is good. But I don't think it is. But I did see the argument, so. Yikes, we are close to being capped out on infrastructure. Do we get the decree for road maintenance yet? We don't have centralization. That'll be a big one because it'll increase construction efficiency. Much better than social mobility for us. Alright, we get lucky. Alright, since the auto queue is going, I think that we just want to do this ourselves. And then here, now we have a bunch of flexibility. Water tube boiler is going to spread naturally. Let's look in society tech. I think we do want centralization because we do want to encourage road maintenance. That's why they're mad. I look it too. I was going to ask you about, what were you going to ask me about? The road maintenance? It's a good one. Probably going to end the stream soon though. This has been a very interesting start though. Maybe I'll take a better look at, or a closer look at Sokoto, which I think is kind of a more robust version of Congo, right? Probably actually just want to float bureaucracy at this point though. Like, this doesn't pay us a lot. And this will allow us to pass laws faster. And we'll enrich our pops. So. Research law enforcement. I can do that next. I don't think that... I don't think dedicated police force is super good, such that, like, it... I mean, that's the one we would use, but I don't think it warrants us, like, specifically researching it, to be honest. Let's do the PM. Oh, we do have laws we can pass, though. I think we want to get on private schools. Public schools is better short term. Private schools better long term. I mean, I think we want elected bureaucrats first over this, though. Oh, wait, we wanted to get rid of slavery first. That's right. And then that'll make the rev go away. We are losing a little bit of money, but I think this is fine. God, it takes forever for this to expand. Migration is pretty flat. We do need to get on or get much more liberalized. I just don't know how we do it. It's such a big change that you can't go multicultural. We'll of course get off national supremacy soon, but it's possible that slavery is giving us some level of population growth that's actually useful to us. Except I think that we would not want debt slavery, we would want slave trade if we were going to be on slavery. Maybe didn't need to build. Oh, the freaking AI built a port here, and it has no access. So I guess we're gonna. Yeah, I think I like the order of this, but it's kind of annoying. Research law enforcement. Who's revolting? Nobody now. It was the rural folk and the trade unionists, but it went away. Because, so we started banning slavery. Centralization unlocked. Hell yeah, brother. We will put down the decree to... Oh, we can do greener grass campaigns now, too. I don't think that does anything for us, because I don't think we're getting any migration, but we'll just put it down anyway. Maybe we have decent migration attraction. Medium, yeah. But the straight construction efficiency, like just 10% faster building is going to be really nice. Alright, let's pause. I mean, I kind of want to get into egalitarianism, but... So now might be... Law enforcement's not spreading to us, though. Why don't we do mechanized workshops? PM is so good. Or the PMs you get from it are so good. Oh, forgot we could go on craftsman sewing. My bad. Put this on auto expand and we'll put this on auto expand. Although we probably won't need it for a second. Or a hot minute at least. From the ground up. Alright, we get a guy who doesn't like the nobility. That sounds like someone who, freaking, he's just a pacifist. That sucks. I was hoping he'd be a radical, but... I suppose I don't really need to suppress the rural folk anymore. Let's stop. I think I'd rather bolster the intelligent industrialist bloc. Kind of want to come off a monarchy. Maybe we can do it. We'll do as well as done, I guess. Going to dinner. See you in a minute. See you, Francisco. I'm probably going to stop the stream in like 5 minutes here. Once it hits 7 PST. And so, enjoy your dinner. And I will see you another time, most likely. Restore no home affairs. I guess we could increase these. They're only 10 apiece. And radicals and loyalists is always nice. Landowners are no longer powerful, so we're probably going to... Oh, the Free Trade Party, though, guts me. We have the election. This is one of the downside of going corn laws, is often you get this, with the market liberal joining with the industrialists, and it makes it impossible to have a block with, you know, the intelligentsia in government. But we're going to try and ban slavery here. Music to my ears, you're telling me. We'll take the high risk one. Agrarian Party wins. So we'll do this, I guess. For now, for passing this law. So we should ban slavery here, and then we'll need to think of something else to do. Still losing money. We might be able to do a consumption tax that kind of hits okay. This kind of gets us some amount of money. I do think we're on 2 construction centers. How are we doing on the transfer? The investment pool is growing, but I think what we could do is switch to iron frame buildings here. And now the investment pool is shrinking. We get banned slavery, and we get law enforcement, so we could that in place. Got no migration controls. Could do property and women. I don't think we want to at this point. Really would love to get on per capita taxation. Let's see if we can reform the government. This is more legitimate. Let's try this. Oh, we still can't do this. Whoops. A horrible error was made. We can switch on to wealth voting. Landowners don't like that. The Industrialists and Intelligentsia do. We could switch to Parliamentary Republic. In which case we should have kept what we had before. Let's switch back. Radicals be damned. And try and switch onto Parliamentary Republic. I don't know if this radicalizes the landowners. It does radicalize the landowners. Maybe. Okay, let's go into here. Stop bolstering these guys. Stop bolstering these guys. And suppress the landowners. Because they're not very happy about the slavery thing. I guess that's a reason to not pass slavery there. Hopefully this doesn't pop off. I mean, even if it pops off, the UK will just clap it for us. So I guess we're really fine with just doing this. A little bit of, well, I mean, I don't think we're ever stopping that, but the UK is coming in off the side. We'll just do that. -5 infrastructure is a little annoying, but it is what it is. Kind of close to where we'd want to maybe build another construction center. I think the investment pool is draining, but not very fast. Could deficit spend, except deficit spending is a little bit rough when you are a small unrecognized nation, which we are. Water tube boiler is just not profitable. We could use it and it would decrease kind of the price of labor everywhere. Don't need the canneries ourselves. We really just want the mechanized workshops. To that end, I think we're going to put another textile mill in the queue. More than happy for them to get stronger. After this, I think we go a bunch of society tech. So that we can go Quinine. Maybe we just want egalitarianism. I don't know. It's hard to know. Knowing's hard. This revolution will pop, I think. Yeah. Which is fine with us. Because Daddy will take care of it. Although hopefully it doesn't break up our construction too much. False alarm, you have more minutes. We're going parliamentary. Yeah. We'll probably just get parliamentary and then that's it. Congo Uprising does take everything from us. And leaves us with this, I guess. For the new capital state of the Congo. So that's kind of strange. How that works. But okay. UK should clap them for us. And then we enact parliamentary ourselves. So I don't think they'll recover from this. That enactment chance hit is a little bit annoying. Let's see. Yeah, just every group, interest group, just got deleted except for these two, the Agrarian Party, I guess. Just all the clout went to them. Kind of weird and a little buggy, because all the clout should not go to them, because the Liberals were strong and the Industrialists were strong. I've noticed this in 1.2. But... okay, whatever. I think if we had more authority, we'd suppress the Catholic Church and try to keep them down for as long as possible. Days of Darkness. And we will soon get our precious motherland back. Unfortunately, we lost all the progress on our building that we had. But now, like, the Agrarian Party just getting the whole bag just doesn't make sense to me. We can just do this, though, and they'll have an easier time passing, right? Who supports parliamentary? The Industrialists do, because the ideology, because they're Republican. So we'll just do this. and get more. Oh, I love this event. So-and-so misses a cabinet meeting. Printed in the presses. You never seen IG so strong? I think it's a bug. I've gotten it as more than once with the peasants just getting all of the clout from that was deleted from the revolution, but maybe this is the idea. Power to the people. We cannot take minus throughput, so now it provokes a revolution. How does this rev actually pop off though? This is kind of annoying. I think it's gonna pop before we get a tick. Huh. Oh, the armed forces didn't get clapped already. Yeah, well, Daddy will help us. I guess we're just not going to get anything done there because we're going to retain this. So we'll just do construction here. Kind of wild that this just auto full revs and we get this little colony in terms of how it decides to divvy it up. We get a bunch of clout returned to us. And we get a parliamentary republic. Swap to wealth voting real easy. I think we go elected bureaucrats while it's super easy though. Yeah, Daddy will help us. That'll be nice once we get our territory back. Oh, they probably messed up all the PMs too. I didn't even think of that for the last time. Oh, maybe Daddy won't help us this time. Daddy's had enough. Yeah, basically. Daddy, I had a revolution. Again? Yeah, Daddy. Easy pro army too. We finally get artillery unlocked. Jesus. Looks like they might not be landing. Alright, who wins this election? Well, we're fully legitimate, so that's cool. Professional army easily passed here. Is Daddy really not going to do anything about this? Daddy? Guess it'll be a good time to... Nope, Daddy's doing it. Daddy to the rescue. We get all these easy law passes. I should do revolutions more often. I could switch to no colonial affairs super easy. Consumption-based taxation. Oh, if only we had access to different tax methods. What is this unlocked under? Currency standards? What are we researching now? Currency standards. Hell yeah, brother. We're probably gonna get an easy currency standard. Or an easy swap over it. So I'm certain that they just wrecked all the PMs, right? Yeah. Mechanized tools, really nice. Or, yeah, workshops. Railroads boom. We'll take the tech. Stuff has to fix. Which it does. And then it all employs. Yay. What tech did we want to do? We wanted to wait for the research so we could do that. But I think I'm going to call it a stream. It's occupied in another war. Maybe that's the reason why Daddy didn't want to help. But I think I'm going to call this a stream. The big portion of the stream was, in fact, playing as Mexico and doing the Manifest Mexico achievement. We finished it up for the first 2/3 of the stream. Then we played a little Central America, and then we switched to the Congo for mainly the back third. A little bit of an interesting start. I might try another one of these like hyper behind the times starts. I've been thinking about doing. Whoa! Don't see that too often. They're already out. Huh, weird. I've been thinking of doing a Sikh Empire run going for their achievement and also forming India. This seems like a nice idea as far as backward countries go, so trying to focus mainly on guys that have access to achievements. Just in time because before different, yeah, perfect. And so, for the most part, this is like the heuristic I have for trying to select nations. Probably, yeah, Empire End of the Pun. Might try Indian territory again. We have gotten Starswarm Banner. I don't know why it's not lit up. It's kind of weird. I think we've also gotten Western Protectorate. Oh, it is kind of highlighted. That's right. So it's like, it's super bright highlighted and lower highlighted. Okay. But yeah, might do... I got a request to do France, and I was thinking of doing France, but now I don't want to do France. Because going communism is really bad, and that's how you get their achievement. Anyways. Yes, little countries. Yeah, that seems to be what everyone likes. So... And I also, it's, once you get like 10,000 construction, it's like not very fun to play anymore, and you get that a lot faster with really big countries. Anyways, take it easy, everyone. Bye, Francisco. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you've watched all the way to the end of the stream, and have a